Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump. At least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 20.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8 electoral votes, in Indiana with its 11 electoral votes, West Virginia, Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to CobraCast 199. I am your host, and I don't have you behind a paywall tonight. I mean, my show doesn't have big-time superstars, just little old me and a few of us back in the Discord there. But we are here in Pensacola. The internet should hold up. This isn't Spectrum Internet. But we got a lot to talk about tonight, so I see a bunch of gifties already dropping. The party is getting started, and welcome to CobraCast 199. I am your host, D-Day Cobra, and I am happy to see all of you here tonight. This is the single most important show in the history of the internet with 199 in the name. The most viewers, the most super chats, the most members, and we never have to shut our chat down for members only or make a members only stream on a night when we were supposed to have a free show because everybody's almost a damn member. Welcome in, welcome in. I am so happy to see all of you tonight. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to discuss. And look at all of the emojis in the chat right now. Holy crap. Our boy Eric K will not be here tonight, so send some love his way. Our boy Eric K. We love Eric, and he is the man. Mr. Dangs dropped a 20 and says, "Hail the 199 from Canada at work today. Someone mentioned they like Trump, and 8 out of 10 people all piped up and agreed. Trump support is strong in parts of Canada." Happy to hear that, and thank you so very much. Hayden Wayne looks like he's getting that membership fixed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Hayden Wayne has officially arrived, ladies and gentlemen. We do have some stuff to talk about, and we're probably going to react to this and Coulter clip from Valuetainment. I told you guys I wanted to do it the other stream, but I didn't have time. So we're going to try to get to that tonight. We're going to talk about Trump. There's some video of a deposition that I just saw. I don't know if this is new, but I just saw it. So we'll see. We'll see if we can do a reaction to that. Retro Sawmill says, the show and Geeks and Gamers Daily get me through the 2-hour round trip to the liberal hive mind college. Well, I am happy to hear that. I appreciate that. Guess what? And I know this is completely unrelated to anything, but Titanfall 1 works, and I played it online. Titanfall 1 on the Xbox One works. It's like a time machine. I can't believe it works. So I might stream that at some point for you guys. But yes, Titanfall 1 works. I can't believe it. Somebody says you missed my 6-month shout out on Wednesday. It's all good though. Twilight Media Corp says it. I will get to it. Jed has everything collected for me. So don't worry. Doug B dropped a 50 and says hi. Hello, Doug B. Hello. Man, you guys, look at the more gifted memberships rolling in. You guys are trying to overwhelm me. But I think with the power of the Snake Pit and the 199, we can handle it. I'm willing to go 5 hours tonight. I don't give a damn. Let's go. I don't care. Let's go. Chat is almost all green, says Joseph. Yes, it is. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So I did an emergency CobraCast the other day, and it was looking like Trump might actually take a temporary position as the Speaker of the House, but now he has put his full support behind Jim Jordan. And while I really did, and what did I say? I said this on my emergency CobraCast. I said, what I want to see is Trump to become the temporary speaker for 30, 90 days. I want him to break the left brain all over again and then step aside and Jim Jordan take over. That's what I said. But Trump decided, hey, it's not really important for me to get in there when Jim Jordan is the guy. So Trump decided to just put Jim Jordan over. We'll see how this all works out. There's some really nice comments from Matt Gaetz about, Steve Scalise and Jim Jordan. I'm going to play that clip for all of you as too. But I do think that this could be a unifying effort for the Republicans, which they so desperately need. At the end of the day, Jim Jordan is an ally of Donald Trump. And with everything going on, that's what's needed right now. Kevin McCarthy and I know Trump endorsed Kevin McCarthy. I'm fully aware of that. But at the end of the day, Jim Jordan, if he does become the Speaker of the House, it looks like the right move. It really does look like the right move. But I personally am okay with that. I'm very happy that this is where it seems like it's going to go. And with Trump putting his full support behind him, that seems to be the direction we're going to have. So Hayden Wayne just dropped a 50. Doug B for 20 says Marathon CobraCast. How long can you go? Hey, if anything, I'm running through OBS. So maybe after several hours, then I'll just fire up Titanfall 1. Who knows what's going to happen? You never know what's going to happen with CobraCast 199. But what we do know is that I'm not going to turn it into a paywalled stream. Look, man, I'm kind of memeing on Tim. I took the opportunity. I wasn't going to go live until probably 9 Central. I wasn't. Obviously, Friday Night Tights is going on. I know everybody's like, oh, Jeremy's not on Friday Night Tights. Guys, I have literally been in Orlando, Florida more this year than in Pensacola. So there's like a work-life balance that has to happen, and I'm trying to spend a little more time here in Pensacola. And Friday is obviously a tough day for me. So everything's cool. Everything's awesome. Disparu was on. I'm not watching a lot of these trash shows. There's better people suited for that right now, and that's really what it comes down to. But it's like I said, back to the whole Tim thing. I'm memeing on him, kinda, but at the same time, man, it's just dude, really, I mean, I did a free event for our supporters. I don't like calling people my fans if I can help it. Supporters. I just feel like you're equal to me. Hell, a lot of you are superior to me. But so I work for you. And so we did this event, this Geeks and Gamers meetup, last year in Orlando, and it cost me like $25,000 out of pocket at this nice place that we rented out. I didn't charge anybody anything. It's a free event. And I had people come up to me and they're like, what the hell is wrong with you? There's hundreds and hundreds of people here. You should charge. And I'm like, it's not about charging. Like, how do you think I go? The reason I can go live and get all the support I get is because we try to give back to the community. And so I'm not looking for a business opportunity from this. But the next day on Tuesday night's main event, we got like, I don't know, $5,000 in super chats because people appreciated the effort that we were putting forward. I get Tim's trying to build his own platform and everything, but man, could you imagine the amount of live viewers he would have right now with the names that he's got involved and the super chats he would be getting? Maybe just a first hour for free, maybe? I don't know. The guy's 10 times more successful than me, so what the fuck do I know? But I figured I would take a chance to meme on it because why not? So I moved up the time an hour and a half. I brought back the old school thumbnail, and I wanted to lean into the meme a little bit. So there you go. That's where we're at. Yes, welcome in everybody. Mr. Dangs has been dropping gifted memberships like crazy and then dropped out 50 and said for Jay's Helmet Fund. There you go, Mr. Dangs, dropping bombs. Krigler says, oh God, what now? Just memeing, man. All good. You know how I am. Dude, Adam and Gary had like the best interaction ever on Twitter the other day. And for people on the outside looking in, I bet like people that don't know us, they're like, oh, there's drama with, like, no, dude, that's how friends talk to each other, man. Like, Gary's just talking shit. Adam's talking shit. This is how nerds and friends talk to each other over differences of opinion. And it was glorious to watch them just double roast each other. It was great. It was all over One Piece and Stargate. It was great. I loved it. It was awesome. So, that's just that's what people that don't get our side of the internet, they see us from the outside looking in and they're like, oh my God, there's tension. There's division. And it's like, no, not really at all. It's just dudes being dudes, man. That's really all it comes down to. But Adam is wrong about One Piece. One Piece is fucking fantastic. One Piece is awesome. And I say this as someone that knew nothing about the anime. And then after I watched the live action, because it blew me away, then I started watching the anime. It's awesome. So I love the live action one. I'm on Gary's side, Krigler, on One Piece, 100%. Not even close. Valiantes dropped a $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. Doc Holiday, Jeremy, are you going to charge me $175 for a meet and greet if I come to South Florida from Mississippi? No, I will not charge you. You are welcome to come to our meetups. Again, at some point, like, there's going to be a time, and a lot of you have told me, like, when we do our meetups, they're like, you can charge us, bro. And I probably will at some point because the numbers are getting so big that I can't afford to, do all of this and still survive. You know what I mean? Like, $25,000 is a lot of money for me. It might not be for somebody like Tim, but it is a lot of money for me. And that was a it was a terrible business decision, but a very good community level decision, and I don't regret it at all, and I'd do it all over again. Yeah, so at some point in time, as this keeps growing, we will have to probably charge just a fee for the cover to cover the building and the security and everything. But that's another discussion for another time. I want to jump into something really quick because I just saw this today, right here. Now, I saw this today. New footage of Donald Trump's legal statement during deposition is chilling to watch. Please watch this in its entirety. We've never seen Trump like this. What they are doing to him is unconstitutional and disgusting to watch. I stand with President Trump now more than ever. Do you? Well, you're damn right I do, and I always have. But let's listen to this in its entirety. And I have only heard half of it. I haven't heard the whole thing, but I wanted I listened to half of it. I was like, let me react to the rest of it. So here we go right here. President Trump, in his own words.
So, Mr. Trump, what did you do to prepare for today's examination?
You can read your sentence.
Very little.
Read your statement.
If you'd like, I could read the statement, but very little.
Well,
excuse me. Read the statement.
Can we go?
Yes, he would like.
I will now use my moment to go off the record.
Thank you. Sorry, just read the statement.
We're going off the record at 9:44 a.m. We're back on the record at 9:45 a.m.
Mr. Trump, I understand you have a statement that you wanted to read into the record.
Yes.
Would you please feel free to start at any time?
Thank you very much. This is the greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. There has never been another president, or perhaps even another politician, who has been persecuted, harassed, and in every other way unfairly treated like President Donald J. Trump. What Letitia James has tried to do the last number of years is a disgrace to the legal system, an affront to the New York State taxpayers, and a violation of the solemn rights and protections afforded by the United States Constitution. She developed a political platform and made a career out of maliciously attacking me and my business before she even understood or was elected or reviewed one of the millions of pages of documents we willingly produced. We willingly produced these documents. James proclaimed that she, quote, looks forward to going into the office of Attorney General every day suing me and then going home. This is during her campaign. She announced that she was obsessed with, quote, taking me on, and that her eyes were set on Trump Tower, quote, Trump Tower. She even assured her supporters as an election promise very strongly that, quote, we're going to definitely sue him. Before she even knew anything about me, we're going to be a real pain in his ass. He's going to know my name personally. And she claimed I was on an illegitimate, and that it was an illegitimate president. Quote, illegitimate president. In her AG speech, she promised to, quote, shine a bright light into every dark corner of Trump's real estate holdings. Shortly thereafter, she vowed to, quote, use every area of the law to investigate President Trump and his business transactions, and that of his family as well. She knows nothing about us. This is when she knew absolutely nothing about us. It was very unfair. This whole thing is very unfair. As a pretense for commencing her bogus investigation, Letitia James relied on the testimony of Michael Cohen, a convicted felon and liar. The Southern District of New York astutely described Cohen as a man who, quote, repeatedly used his power and influence for deceptive ends by engaging in, quote, extensive, deliberate, and serious criminal conduct consistent with a, quote, pattern of deception that permeated his professional life. This was in a long, many-page statement by him. It only gets worse. This is the witness, a stone-cold loser, a real loser, that she used to justify her obsessive work, her obsessive investigation.
And that's all we have right there. But yeah, man, what they are doing to him is it's really crazy.
Mr.
It's really crazy. And there's this clip right here, and we're going to get to Ann Coulter here in a minute, don't worry. But there's this clip of this right here. So this is Letitia James, okay? A liar, okay? She is a liar, an absolute liar. Listen to what she says. Now, I know people keep saying, I hope she's disbarred or whatever. Disbarred? This woman belongs in prison. This woman belongs in prison. And so do all the other people that are trying to throw Trump under the bus. This is a terrible person right here. A horrible person. Listen to her lie right to people's faces. An absolute liar. Listen.
The President of the United States has complained that I'm engaging in some sort of political witch hunt, that I've got some personal vendetta against him, that I campaigned against him. That is not true.
This illegitimate president who sits in the White House. That president, because he's not my president, he's an illegitimate president. His days are numbered. His days are numbered.
We've got to get ready to mobilize, and we've got to get ready to agitate and irritate until victory is won, but more importantly, until Trump is defeated. We will all rise up and resist this man,
And ultimately, we'll bring him down.
this illegitimate president. I'm going to give you the same level of respect that you gave to President Obama, and that is absolutely no respect at all.
Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. And the days of Donald Trump are numbered. Lock him up. Lock him up. What? Lock him up. What? Lock him up. What? Lock him up. What?
That is not true. The President.
One more time, let's listen to the beginning after seeing all that.
The President of the United States has complained that I'm engaging in some sort of political witch hunt, that I've got some personal vendetta against him, that I campaigned against him. That is not true.
I mean, this is insanity, man. How is this happening? This is insane. Like, I can't even process how insane this is. What's up, Hypnotic? Member message. Keep doing what you do. Hail 199. Thank you, Hypnotic. Shout out to you, brother. It just doesn't make sense that we are watching this play out right before our very eyes. And they're getting away with it by lying, point blank lying, and breaking the fucking law right in front of our faces while accusing Trump of doing it. It's just mind-blowing to me. It really, really is. But let me, I'm going to get to some of this stuff here in just a minute. By the way, check that out. Check this out.
Took office with a commitment to America. Not only that, but when I needed him the most, he was able to flip me upright. Sometimes I retract into my shell in order to avoid some of the drama that we've seen recently, but Speaker McCarthy was able to get my head unstuck from that position. Together we were able to cross the finish line, albeit very slowly. Speaker McCarthy.
Good old Mitch. But yeah, but we've got to, and shout out to the chat. There you all are on screen for a few minutes. I know that we voted in the chat. You guys, it was like 55% wanted the chat here. So there is the lovely, lovely chat. And whenever those gifted memberships drop, you get to see that chat just light the hell up. And it is a beautiful thing. But yeah, it is wild that we're continuing to witness this right before our very eyes, and they're just getting away with it. Let me catch up on some super chats really, really quickly. Let's see. Boom, boom. There we go. Alan Tanassi is in the house. Did he scan in, ladies and gentlemen? Says, next time you talk to Adam, ask him if Tim ever confirmed if that patch was sour. Scanning in. There it is scanned in. Thank you, Alan. Shout out to Alan. The Exalted Patriarch, who also dropped some gifted memberships earlier. Can we get some Roll Tide stickers up in here? You know, that's probably not going to be a popular thing, but I'd be willing to add some. Krista Nova, are you here?
I'm here.
All right. Do we have any spots open for more emojis on this channel?
I can check.
All right. Everyone say hello to Krista. Krista is here.
Hello.
So chat can say hello. I know there's going to be a lot of people that don't want the Roll Tide stickers, but I'm a Bama fan. I'm a Bama fan. Roll Tide, baby. Alan Tanassi says, Letitia James' eyeballs looking at two different dimensions, laughing my ass off. There's the Krista emojis in the chat.
So we need 75 more members needed for more emojis.
You're hot. Your mic's a little hot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Man, I need to let me lower Krista in the Discord. Let me see, because that was almost blew my ears out. Let's see here. Oh man, yeah. Now, Krista, you're fine. You were at 200% for some reason. Now I fixed it. So you're good to go. But
yeah. So we need 75 more members needed for more emojis.
How many?
75.
75 more members. Now, I wonder if that's including tonight, because we already have a bunch tonight. So I wonder if it's a live count. So, but maybe by the end of the night we'll have enough. We will see. We will see. But Krista sounded like Beardo.
Hey, legends.
Now the chat's roasting me because I said you're hot. Well, that's what the chat thinks for sure about me. Oh, I mean, maybe Krista too, but clearly, come on. You're not here for entertainment. You're here for the eye candy, the Cobra eye candy, okay? I mean, I know that. I mean, I'm no drunk 3PO, but I'm doing okay. GJJ dropped 10. Mr. Dangs dropped 10. Mr. Dangs also dropped a 20 and said forgot to scan in 199. Hayden Wayne dropped a 50. I wonder if Trump has any way to go after shit clown James legally. There has to be a way to stop this stuff and put the judge and James in prison. That's what I like. That's what I'm trying to understand. And again, these are obviously good questions. Maybe I can get Robert, to join us at some point in time. But my mind doesn't understand how this is even possible. Like, how is this possible? And the way I look at it is, and I see Sludge just dropped 5 more gifted memberships. Press tiled with the member message. All hail the Snake Pit. Sig Thread just became a new member. Thank you. But my mind doesn't really understand how Donald Trump, a person that gets Secret Service protection for the rest of his life, a man who was the most powerful man in the entire United States, I guess the world, how he has found himself in this position and how they're legally able to get away with this when it's obviously lies. It's obviously not true. None of these things are true. It's obvious to anyone with a working brain and the slightest bit of common sense. And so my mind doesn't comprehend how this is possible. I just don't get it at all. Brock just dropped 50 gifted memberships, Krista. Holy crap. Squiddy Girl dropped a gifted membership. Jeez. What'd you say, Krista?
Gifties. I'll let you know if it's a live count.
Okay. Holy crap. Look at that chat go. Look at that chat go. Mr. Dang says tapping out. Mr. Dangs, you have dropped a bunch tonight. It's all good. You never, ever, ever, ever have to, notify us or anything. We appreciate it, brother. Again, no paywall here at CobraCast 199. Even when I even did a member stream one time, and the chat was like, what the hell are you doing? Go live publicly. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was just trying to give back to the members. It wasn't a scheduled stream. It was like a Saturday. It's like a Saturday, and I went live for a member stream, and the Snake Pit was like, what the fuck are you doing? Just go live. We're here. The whole chat's green any damn way. And I'm like, oh, my bad. Okay. So I had to change it. I had to change the visibility. But what's funny is when I changed the visibility, I wasn't able. Vic Whiplash, who dropped 5 earlier and just dropped 20 more. Holy shit. when I changed the visibility, it was still set to members only in chat, so I started getting roasted because I've made fun of Tim Pool so much, which is pretty damn funny. Harambe Kojima just dropped. Harambe Kojima just dropped the D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you, I appreciate it. The Polar J Bowman. Miss James' eyes say hello and goodbye at the same time. Thank you so much. Analog Hermit. All hail God King Donald, first of his name, breaker of leftoids. He who knows the words, knows the best words. The best words. Emperor of the 199. He who stands in the way. Thank you so much, Analog Hermit. Appreciate that. Atomic Patriot, you hear about what Hillary said about formal deprogramming of MAGA members. My question is, what'll happen to, my camera's in the way, to those who resist the re-education? You know, and that's a huge problem right now, and I'm glad you brought that up because I've got that clip right here. I've got that clip right here. Here we go. Listen in.
Very strong partisans in both parties in the past, and we had very bitter battles over all kinds of things, gun control and climate change and the economy and taxes. But there wasn't this little tail of extremism wagging the dog of the Republican Party as it is today. Mm-hmm. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? You know, because at some point, you know, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen.
And how do you, and please tell me what that means, Hillary Clinton. What does that mean? And the whole point behind that is meant to intimidate. It's meant to intimidate me. It's meant to intimidate you. It's meant to intimidate anybody who has public support for Donald Trump. That is what that's meant to do. She is intentionally trying to intimidate people. That is disgusting. That's exactly what they're trying to do. And I believe Trump commented on this right here.
She said the other day, cult. Hillary Clinton, she said the other day, cult. She'll say anything that comes to her mind because she still hasn't recovered. But she was talking about all of the things that are going on. And during the debates, remember, she would say, he will cause us war. Yeah. He's going to get us into a no. She was talking about my personality. His personality, look at him. His personality is going to get us into war. I said, no, my personality is going to keep us out of war. That's what happened. My personality kept us out of war. My personality made great trade deals with other countries that would never even make them. Hillary Clinton, she said the other day, cult.
Shout out to Trump for that. We love Trump, obviously, and it's good to see him responding to that. But yes, Hillary Clinton's words are disgusting and very, very dangerous. And you know why all this is happening? It's happening because of stuff like this right here. Look at that. National poll. President Trump direct head-to-head with Biden. 10-point lead for President Trump head-to-head with Biden. Head-to-head, DeSantis, Biden. DeSantis 3 points over Biden. So, now, to be clear, I don't necessarily buy into all the poll numbers and everything like that, but it's a good gauge to understand, and these things freak them out. These things freak them out. And this bothers them, and they understand that they are facing a losing battle right now. And desperation. I've talked about this with the mainstream media. I've talked about this with Hollywood. I've talked about this with all of the nonsense out there. When something, again, is in its final stages, it becomes desperate. And that's where the mainstream media has been, because they've become desperate. They know they're dying. They know that they are just going away, and there's this new media out there that they can't control it, and it's destroying them, and they've become very bitter and very jealous and very desperate. And that's the same thing that I feel is happening right now with the left and the Democrats and the mainstream, is that they are sensing that the MAGA momentum is so fucking powerful that they can't figure out how to stop it. They can't figure out how to stop it. And the best line I have heard from all this poll data is from Jack Posobiec, when he said that Trump is now tracking ahead of fraud margin, which is fantastic. He's tracking ahead of the fraud margin now. So damn good. The Arch Spartan, who dropped 10 gifted memberships, also drops a 20 and says, "Hail to the fellowship and the almighty 199. Tides be a-turnin', lads. Hold that line and keep on trucking. God bless. God bless you right back, Arch Spartan." Real Sean Mack dropped 5 gifted memberships as well. Thank you so very much. Appreciate that. But yeah, these numbers are pretty crazy. As you see, GOP president, Trump's up 45 points. Head-to-head, he's up 40 on DeSantis. He can't compete. It's not even close. Not even close. Lover of Green for $10. Any chance of Chris Gore and Gary scanning in for CobraCast? If those two came in, it'd be called GoreCast 199 or NerdCast 199. Hail to the fellowship and to the snake pit. That is actually a great idea. I mean, I'm not tonight, because I know Gary just got done with FNT and everything, but I would love to have those guys on CobraCast in the near future. Again, CobraCast will always be a solo show primarily, but I will occasionally have guests here and there. One of the things that again, this is just me speculating. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But for those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that I used to do a lot of solo streams on the Geeks and Gamers channel. That was my thing. I would do the solo streams. We would have memes. We would, have an interaction with the chat. And then I slowly stopped doing streams, and I started focusing on video. And I was making a lot of videos, and I pretty much stopped doing live streams. And then when I came back to doing live streams, it was more so panel live streams or something where more people were involved. And a lot of people tell me, they're like, "Jeremy, can you please go back to doing solo live streams?" And so I don't want to just make this a show that where it's not me primarily, but occasionally, yes, I would love to have guests. Laura Loomer, Laura Loomer follows me on Twitter. I follow her back. That would be a great guest. I would love to have Laura Loomer on. So I should shoot her a message and, maybe see if we can set something up. But really cool that Laura Loomer followed me. That's really awesome. So good stuff. Good stuff right there. Let's see. Leaf Erickson says, "Shit, I'm no longer green." Yes, you are. You're green for me. You're green for me. Your viewers want your interaction, Jeremy. Yes, and I appreciate. Farload. Did I say Farload? Well, I said Laura Loomer followed. I meant to say follow. Shut up, Hailstorm. Let's see where we're at. Oh, you got to check this out. Where is it at? Right here. So, as you know, the whole thing with Director X and Robin in the Hood, he's been responding to a lot of people. Now, we went over that on CobraCast 199 Wednesday, I believe, and we gave him the beard of shame. So Director X, who already has a beard, almost a beard of shame he had, but we gave Director X the beard of shame. Well, Director X decided to respond or tag Geeks and Gamers because we had him in a thumbnail. And he says, "Geeks and Gamers, of all the response videos, this thumbnail is the best. Look at me giving face, giving zaddy, giving meltdown, ? A little disappointed. I don't get, it's Jeremy coming to you with another video at the beginning." Well, that sounds to me like you've been a long time fan of Geeks and Gamers, because I haven't done the intro like that for a long time. So the fact that he knows that means he's been watching G&G for a long damn time. So, because he said that, I responded with this. "Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling." Because that's the best response I could give. Because it's like, dude, Dude, you're a fan. You're a fan. I couldn't believe he was a fan. I haven't done the What's Up Geeks and Gamers in years. So that's the best response I could come up with was the Stan comment. So oh, man. Yeah, this dude right here, man, he's been getting wrecked by everybody. He's been getting wrecked by everybody. But just for you, Director X, because I know you're a big fan. All right? And Director X, I'm assuming you're going to send a super chat because I'm about to give you what you've been waiting for. And this is all for you, Director X. What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video. And today, we're going to talk about Director X, the director of Robin in the Hood, the super woke, race-swapped Robin Hood that is apparently, if you don't like it, you're racist, you're sexist, you don't like black people or women. We're going to talk about that film or that television series today. There you go. All right? Director X, I know you're out there, buddy. You better give me a super chat. You better give me a super chat, Director X. All right. No, we want a car video. Car video. But yeah, so funny, man. I don't know who this guy is, man. He reacted to a Josiah video a while back, and obviously he's mad at Az, he's mad at Gary, he's mad at Ryan, he's mad at everybody. What a weird dude, man. Az's wonky eyebrow, who dropped gifted memberships earlier, said, "I miss your Saturday stream, Jeremy." You mean missed or miss? I don't know what you mean. I'll be on Tabletop tomorrow, by the way. I was going to try to stream last week, and obviously I had to travel, so I didn't get a chance to do that on Saturday. I might go live tomorrow night. We'll see. I would love to. Does anybody here, all right, anybody in the chat, do you have Titanfall 1 and an Xbox One? If you do, I would love to play private matches. I would love to. It would be fantastic. But there's not a lot of people online. Car video about Director X? I mean, maybe. Let's see. MCU fan is Director X. Is MCU fan here? Nah, just play Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2, I've got to play Titanfall 1 some more to determine which one's better. I think Titanfall 2 is the better game, but Titanfall 1, the maps are better on Titanfall 1, man. Look at that. Zio Ranger V says, I have Titanfall 2. Oh, Titanfall 2. Not a lot of people have Titanfall 1. We got to get Titanfall 1 reborn too. We did it with Titanfall 2. We got to get Titanfall 1 reborn. And maybe we're getting a Titanfall 3 soon. We'll see. Hailstorm's been keeping up with all of that. But let's see. I have one on Xbox. It says Zach Updegraph. What's up, Zach? Let's see. Tim Epps is playing the Modern Warfare 3 beta. Digging it. You know, I actually do want to play the Modern Warfare 3 beta. I want to see what it's about. I obviously I've been very critical of Call of Duty, and I will continue to be. But I don't know how much I don't know how far into Modern Warfare 3 I can get because Titanfall's back. That's all I care about. But anyway, that's the latest on Director X trying to go after me. But there is this video from Ann Coulter on Valuetainment. And it's 40 minutes. I don't know if we're going to react to the whole thing, but this is some pretty crazy stuff, man. To me, listen, I've heard a couple of the clips from Ann Coulter, okay? So, I don't know if, tell me if I'm wrong here, okay? Tell me if I'm wrong. This is my assessment, okay? Ann Coulter was first out of the gate to support Trump. First out of the gate, man. She was the first prominent person that said that Donald Trump was going to win. MSNBC laughed at her. Who's that black chick on MSNBC that laughed at her? She was on there with Bill Maher. Who was it? I can't remember. But so she predicted that he would win, and they all laughed at her. And then Joy Reid, that's it. So he went on to win. She was his biggest, one of his biggest supporters. And she kind of turned on him shortly after, saying that, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. I don't know, man. I think that, was she maybe in love with him? And now she's bitter? Like, I don't know, man. It's weird how angry she is at Trump. She is extremely angry at Trump, and it feels like she was in love with him. I really think that's what it is. I don't know, though. Maybe I'm out of line on that, but that's just what it feels like. She is very, very angry at him. But let's watch this. Let's listen in. Shout out to Valuetainment, one of the best YouTube channels out there. Patrick Bet David is the man. Here we go.
What president in the last, however many years, who has done a job where you're like, okay, this guy came through and did his part? Like, who has been someone where you've said, that's my guy, I'm sticking with him, he did great, he came through, he kept his word, da-da-da-da-da. Who was the person that...
Well, I'm with Reagan on the point. Sorry, I'm not one of these nut Republicans who can only cite Reagan. It drives me crazy. But I think he was the one who said, with politicians, if they're 80% with me and 20% against me, that's enough. That's enough. That's fine for me. And so I'd say that's true with a lot of them. I think you have to be I think it's hard to be a normal person and run for president. You have to be a little bit of a narcissist or something. But I'd say more than 80% satisfied with Governor DeSantis.
You're 80% satisfied.
Oh, that's what. So she's a DeSantis. See, I haven't been keeping up with Ann Coulter a lot, and I have not watched this yet. I've seen a few clips, but I haven't watched this in its entirety. So she's a DeSantis person. That's starting to make a little more sense now. But again, she loved Trump so much.
Okay.
Simplistic said, is she using Krista's voice changer? Oh, my God.
There's very little I would criticize about DeSantis. I mean, the COVID response, we're down to him and the president of Sweden. I had him on my podcast right before the first debate. And I said, I considered it like debate prep. And I said, okay, now you're absolutely the best, head and shoulders. No one can compare to you on immigration, crime, and COVID response. So we're going to do a little test on this. No matter what I ask you, you start to answer and then turn it right back around to immigration, crime, or your COVID response. And on COVID, I said, look, nobody compares to you when you were taking all the slings and the arrows. So unless the president of Sweden is running in next year's presidential election, you are way ahead of the rest of them on that.
AD Victorium says, Jeremy, have you seen the Judicial Watch report on Joe Biden abusing his dogs, hitting them and kicking them? Dogs have been attacking Secret Service people. If you need more reason to hate Joe Biden, fuck Joe Biden. Very well. I have heard some of those reports, and it's just downright disgusting. It really is. Tatsu dropped 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. The Sean 2 says, LOL, he's a fan. Jeremy, what are the chances of if Jay Hailstorm making a parody of Stan with Director X and you? Hailstorm, what do you think about that? Wait for Hailstorm to respond.
It can be done.
It can be done. Hailstorm, I know Hillary Clinton's definitely a top-tier person for Beard of Shame, but I think Ann Coulter...
There's a lot of people tonight.
Yeah, and I think Ann Coulter's going to be one.
There's going to have to be a poll.
Yeah. Krista, at some point... I mean, Krista can go ahead and put the poll in the chat right now if she wants. So you guys talk... or you guys talk in private chat on it and figure it out. And Krista, you can post it. Dealio? All right.
This is with DeSantis.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you think he's doing today?
I wish he had read In Trump We Trust. I gave him a copy. I said, but you have to actually do it.
You think he read it?
I don't know. I think I still don't think Trump is going to be the nominee, though I wouldn't put money on it. I've put many stake bets on it. That may be a mistake. I have a feeling I'm jinxing myself.
You don't think Trump's going to be the nominee? In what way?
Yeah.
Well, I wrote about this. It's on my Substack. It was about 2 months ago because I remembered this. I looked back and saw who was leading, who was the polls for the Republicans nominee for like 20 years. It was never the guy who turned out to be the nominee. A year before the election, it's always name recognition. So, we can go visit the Rudy Giuliani Presidential Museum after this, or the Newt Gingrich Presidential Museum, or the Fred Thompson Presidential Museum.
Or the Huckabee.
Liddy Dole. Liddy Dole was neck and neck with Bush. Liddy Dole. Why? Because she was the wife of the guy who had just run for president. It's all name recognition. We've never had somebody with so much.
She's not wrong, but this is Trump, and she knows that better than anyone. She knows it better than anyone. Trump is different in every possible way. So he breaks the mold. He breaks the template. So while she's not wrong in her assessment, Trump, she's gone from the person that understood this to now she's talking like the mainstream again.
Name recognition as Donald Trump? Name another human on the face of the earth who's that recognizable and everybody knows that name. And DeSantis, I think, put it well, but very briefly. What he said is presidential elections aren't decided by polls, they're decided by voters. And look, you can have me back and laugh at me because I could be totally wrong, and I'm a little nervous.
You want to put another... You're 1 for 1, and so I want to hear this because I want to bet.
I don't feel as confident as I did
real quick, Ann,
you don't feel as confident with DeSantis as you did with Trump?
No, it's not DeSantis. No, I don't feel as much confidence saying Trump won't be the nominee.
Oh, I got you.
You want to put a steak dinner on it?
I already have too many. Or I'm going to bankrupt myself.
And is your reason for saying that he won't? Is it because of everything that they're doing right now, legally, illegally, in my mind, to completely destroy him? Because if you think about it, mentally, politically, financially, it's an all-out assault. It's completely, like, if you don't see it, I'm saying as the public, you're dumb. Is that your reason for saying it? Or
exactly the opposite. The Democrats know exactly what they're doing, and I wrote about this the day of the...
has she forgotten that South Dakota not shutting down when Florida did? DeSantis supporters definitely, they have very bad memories of that. And again, I live in Florida. I'll just keep repeating my same talking points. I do think Governor DeSantis did a great job in Florida. I was very happy. But there is some revisionist history about that because Florida did shut down for a little while, and other states did not. Like, obviously, major states did, but there's a lot of revisionist history.
Again, on AnnCoulter.substack.com, the day after the... Alvin Bragg, absurd indictment in New York. Trump was dead in the water before that. Nobody showed up at his announcement speech. Fox cut away from it. It was a bore. He was collapsing in the polls. But the smart Democrats, I mean, okay, I'll admit, on MSNBC, they genuinely hate him.
Yeah, big time.
But that dovetails with the smart Democrats like David Axelrod sitting back and saying, okay, here's our re-election plan for Joe Biden. Trick Republicans into nominating Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And man, did Republicans fall for it. Yeah. Oh, they're easy to roll. And they keep doing this because every time they do it, I mean, this was the theme of my last book, Resistance is Futile. I kept finding myself at cocktail parties arguing with New York Times reporters, telling them, drop the Russia stuff. It's stupid. This is what you should be attacking him for. There's loads to attack him for. Why are you doing things that you force me to defend him? And that's what they do. They force people like me, and I don't want to defend the man, to defend him by these utterly preposterous indictments. The only one that's at all legit, and it's legit, but should he go to prison for it, is the Florida Mar-a-Lago one. If somebody, and little word to the wise, if you get a subpoena from a DA's office or federal prosecutor's office, you have to comply.
Of course, yeah, of course.
So what are you thinking? What are you thinking here?
That is true. Matrix and Roadshow says Tom Brady got in trouble with the police in Florida for working out in a park in Florida. That is a fact under DeSantis. 100% that happened. Absolutely happened.
Well, because here's my thing. Well, with that, I'm thinking it's all BS, and I think you nailed it actually. And so the left doesn't let a crisis ever go to waste.
Yes.
You know that, right? So for instance, with COVID, and they're brilliant. Say what you want about the left. They are geniuses because they do capitalize. 70% of voters didn't vote on election day, the last election. You know that, right? I'm sorry, they didn't vote on election day. It used to be the absentee ballots. It used to be 30% to 70% because of COVID. Everybody's staying home. It was 70 to 30. Okay, it was a coordinated effort. Zuckerberg donated what, 420 million. They had Antifa on the streets. They were, suppressing the vote, like you mentioned earlier too. Twitter had how many FBI agents there? They had $3.5 million FBI gave to stay there, censor all the stories, all the Biden stuff. So my question to you is, and people thought that they cheated, and what are you concerned that they're going to manufacture another crisis to keep, to do that same thing, or are the pieces of the game already set up for them to win?
If it's Trump, it's easy street for the Democrats. I mean, also you have to remember they do control the media.
Of course.
And whenever Republicans have some great idea or conservatives are pushing on me, and I say why it won't work, and they say, yeah, but that's not fair because that's not how the media treated Democrats. And I say, as with January 6th, but the media is being unfair to us. If you are so stupid not to know that the media is far left and you're not going to get any help from them, you shouldn't be running into the Capitol. You are too dumb to even remember to go to the bathroom. So they can mostly sit back on easy street if their whole reelection plan for Biden is trick Republicans into renominating Trump. If it's not Trump,
okay,
and if Biden has to debate with Ron DeSantis,
it's over.
What they're going to do is, my suspicion is they'll pretend.
Why do you DeSantis can't? He's barely polling for second. And you're building him up like he's this mythical figure. He's barely holding on to second place. Barely. But you're like, if he has to debate Ron DeSantis? You mean the guy that almost lost to a black gay crackhead, Andrew Gillum? You mean that Ron DeSantis?
We've got a new variant.
And mind you, they tried testing it, and we were just tired of it. But I just have a feeling. Do you genuinely think that's going to be Biden? Biden's going to make it to the actual. He's going to be the guy.
I don't know.
Who else would you? Do you think because Newsom? I'm not running. I'm kind of running. He's debating DeSantis. We're still baffled. Who do you think? If it's not going to be Biden, who do you think is going to be that slippery snake that just comes in?
And by the way, this may be one way the Democrats, although they're conning Republicans, trying to get them to renominate Trump, they could also be conning too many of themselves that they think, oh yeah, it's definitely going to be Trump. We don't have to worry about anything. We'll do Weekend at Bernie's. This will be fine. If it turns out that when voters go to vote, they do not vote for Trump, then they really are going to be in so much trouble. But I think they have to, I don't know that much about election law, but I think they have to decide pretty fast because there are state laws, I believe, that prevent you from being on.
My boy Young Rippa in the chat. Hello, Rippa. Krista, say hi to Young Rippa. I'm sure Krista will say hi.
Hello.
There's Krista. Say shout out to Rippaverse, Krista.
Shout out to Rippaverse. Let's go.
Yeah, shout out to Rippa, my main man, Rippa. How you doing, man?
On the ballot if you're not nominated in time. And I think they have another month to make a decision.
So you think they're doing all of this stuff to give Trump momentum and help him out to be the nominee and beat DeSantis?
I think the smart ones are. The dumb ones just hate Trump. And that's basically the entire MSNBC staff.
So you're saying they are scared that DeSantis is going to come and beat Biden. That's what they fear.
I think almost.
DeSantis is having a hard time beating Nikki Haley. DeSantis.
It's such a dumb comment, man. Like the argument that Trump is not electable. I have a question for the 1,500 people here. Okay, of all the people that are currently running for the nomination for Republican candidate, of all of them, how many of them have been president before? The guy that they keep saying is not electable. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. The only guy that has already been elected is unelectable. What type of fucking sense does that make? Like, what kind of sense does that make?
This is getting, first one, he had a hard time with Vivek. He's getting other people that are coming up. Because, and by the way, again, I'd love to hear that part. The follow-up would be, you got the most popular president of all time, okay? Not, Joe Biden, Tony Robbins status type of motivational speaker, but the most popular president of all time that we have, 81 million votes, whatever the number is, right? Okay. Trump on the other side, the most fanatical supporters Republicans have had in how long? Maybe since Reagan. Fanatical. I don't think George Bush had fanatical. I don't think Senior had fanatical.
That doesn't get you more votes.
Okay, but it's fanatical. That comes.
Take it easy, Warren Smith. Have a good one, brother.
Down to the middle, which is the independent libertarians. It's really 4 or 5 different. Yeah. So
Republicans.
to win yours. Okay, fair. So, but when it comes down to it, you're saying a DeSantis who has a hard time with the stage when you watch him, he's not.
Hayden Wayne for 50 says the America First right populist movement behind Trump is massive. Even people like Tim Pool are getting more firmly behind Trump. The Trump, quote, isn't electable argument made by Shapiro and Deuce, I know I call him Deuce, doesn't realize most of their audience are behind Trump. Yeah, I mean, the Shapiro meltdowns, man. Shapiro has been very bitter lately about all of this. Little Ben has been very upset. Again, it's the Dave Rubins of the world. It's the Ben Shapiros. It's the Steve Deuces of the world. They are very, 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 they're very, very triggered right now.
Necessarily one that's winning it. If you look at this right here, this is not us showing it. This is, the polls showing from how close he was to Trump and how separated it gets more and more and more.
Right.
And you see Haley is not coming up to the point where somebody called him a bird brain, Haley. Who called...
Look at that. Like, how do you think DeSantis is electable? He literally was there with Trump. And the more that the American people have gotten to see of a Ron DeSantis, the worse things have gotten for him. He only has himself to blame. That's it. He's the only person. Jeff Hill says, for 20, says, make zero sense what she's saying. Trump is leading in all the polls against the Republicans and Biden. There's no way I can see him losing Trump 2024. Absolutely right.
Haley, a bird brain, somebody you may recognize, your friend, called him a bird brain. Maybe that's because she's a threat now, that she's coming up. She's getting too much attention.
Hated her.
You've always hated her.
Yeah.
So you actually agree that she is a bird brain, or
Hey, were you the one that sent her the bird cage and the food? Somebody sent her. They said Donald Trump's can't send her a bird.
So you think DeSantis stands a shot at beating Biden?
Yeah, yes, I'm worried for the reasons you say. Okay, he's not a showman on the debate stage, and this could be, wishful thinking. But one thing I've noticed about presidents is we tend to go back and forth. I mean, it's like me going back and forth on boyfriends. The smart, ugly one, and the good-looking, stupid one. And you just keep going back and forth and back and forth. And
who won? Who's won so far? It's actually a very good case study.
Well, what you ought to do is have like two at the same time. I'll talk to you. Make
now
out
you're
with
talking
you.
about yes, and let's go.
And
throughout the day, I talk to Bob, but I'm not. Jose.
The workout friend, tennis pro.
And the voters similarly seem to go back and forth between highly articulate presidents and marbles in their mouth presidents. So Reagan, unbelievably articulate. I mean, it drove Democrats crazy. And Hollywood. Okay, then we get marbles in his mouth, George Bush 1. Then we get Mr. Smooth, Bill Clinton, and it melts in your mouth.
Literally.
It's really sexy when you say that.
And then we go from there, from another marbles in your mouth Bush to, oh my gosh, the most articulate president we've probably ever had, Barack Obama, to Trump.
Barack Obama was articulate when he had a teleprompter. When he didn't have a teleprompter, when he didn't have the words fed right to him, he's actually pretty inarticulate. And that's just the truth. And I fell for the teleprompter Obama at first, because I mean the dude is a fantastic public speaker. I mean, phenomenal. He's incredible when he's got a teleprompter. But if he ain't got no teleprompter, he is pretty bad.
Trump, who has a vocabulary of about 50 words.
What do you mean? He has the best words.
China.
Disaster.
He knows the best words.
And they're the strongest.
And what would you say to the
strong.
people?
Strongest words.
Since you're speaking of your love life and multiple guys, that you sound almost like a scorned lover. You sound like you're someone that was in love. You guys are fighting and literally cursing each other out in the White House. You guys have this text message relationship. You guys are so close. You literally
I'd say it's
nailed
very
his election.
sexist.
Very sexist?
Very sexist. It reminds me of that. I don't know if you've seen this, the Seinfeld episode where Elaine is going crazy because every time she's angry at a woman, cat fight, cat fight, cat fight. And not smart people who want to attack me always do. I mean, and look, I don't know if you guys were paying attention to politics then, but when Chris Christie, governor of New Jersey, took on the teachers' unions, oh my gosh, that was the most beautiful thing to behold. And the public sector...
Many viral clips with him on that.
And the public sector unions are a huge problem for this country and for state after state after state. So I was a huge Chris Christie fan. Oh, and by the way, met with him too privately and harangued him for 2 hours about immigration is the most important issue. But no, he decides he's going to listen to the Wall Street Journal and collapses. So then I didn't like him. But when I was supporting Chris Christie, because you got to admit, even when you hate what he's saying, he is funny, he is articulate, he is everything you're saying DeSantis isn't. He's a little awkward on stage, which I think...
This is so weird, bro. This is so weird. I mean, Ann Coulter's always been weird, okay? But this is so weird, man.
It's fine. I think people will get over that and just look at his record. At least that's...
Squiddy Girl says DeSantis really did shoot himself in the foot by running in 2024 instead of 2028. Had he waited, he would have had a clear path to the presidency. Absolutely. Josh says she sounds like a jilted girlfriend that Trump jilted.
That's what I'm hoping.
You don't sound convinced, though. You're not convinced.
Well,
you're hoping. You're not.
Well,
yes.
It's a long time in advance. I generally don't like to make predictions. They made me on politically incorrect.
Real time.
Sorry, real time.
They're still politically incorrect, but still.
So let's go to the exchange you guys had a month ago. Can you pull this up, Rob? Let's just show the exchange you guys had a month ago. So,
wasn't exactly
so if you wanna go to truth first, yeah. So Ann Coulter, the washed-up political pundit who predicted my win in 2016, then went unbearably crazy with her demands and wanting to be part of everything, to the Constitution of all, has gone hostile and angry with every bit of her very nervous energy. Like many others, I just don't want her around. She wasn't worth the trouble. And part two. He says, page 2, he says, has Ann Coulter, has been Ann Coulter, is a stone cold loser. And then you respond, if you want to zoom in here, Trump begged me to go to Bedminster this week. I said only if I could record a Substack with him. But the gigantic pussycat is too afraid of me, so instead he did this.
Pat, there was no cat in there. And it's all in capital letters. All in...
Trump walked into CNN for a live, they just grilled him for 2 hours and he controlled everything. To say that, why didn't you post screenshots of him begging you to come to Bedminster or whatever? Where's that at?
In caps.
Leave the cats alone.
So what happened here? What happened here with the small little public feud you guys had?
A friend of mine who owns a restaurant in New York where a lot of journalists go went out. It was written up in a newspaper, and he had the newspaper on the wall, and I happened to be at the restaurant that night, so I was in the article, so we got everybody in the article to sign this blown-up article. So he wanted to get, and among the people who go there are Trumps, none of the one names you know, but still in the neighborhood. And so he wanted to get Trump to sign it. So he goes with Trump's sister out to Bedminster. and Trump is signing it, and he sees my name there, and my friend calls me. I'm out in the Hamptons, and he's desperately calling me. I have to talk to you. I can't put this in a text. I got to call. Okay. He said, you know her? You got to get her out to Bedminster. And he said, he circled around to me 3 different times. He said, you got to get her to Bedminster. You got to get her to Bedminster. And I'm thinking, well, I don't want to hurt the restaurateur's feelings, but there's no effing way I'm going to Bedminster. And then as soon as I said, I'll think about it, but probably not. And then I hang up and think, oh my gosh, I have a Substack. And so I text him back and say, no, I won't go to Bedminster, but I want him to do a Substack video with me, which I do all the time, about once a week. And I have big, important people on, not as big as you, but pretty big. And I know he's not going to do it. So first he comes back and says, oh, he doesn't do Zoom. And then I'm saying, okay, I'll come out there. And I'm talking to all my techie friends saying, I need every one of you wearing a GoPro because I'm going to go out there and he's going to say, no, I won't be interviewed. He wouldn't do it on camera. I knew he wouldn't. So all I get back is, yes, maybe we'll set it up. People are going back to Florida now. This was a month ago. Nobody's back in Florida in August. He's not going back to Florida. So some of my journalist friends said, so is this happening? Is this happening? Are you going? And before this even happened, I texted the exact same thing to him, and I said, it's not happening. He's a gigantic pussy.
What the fuck is she talking about?
And then, I'm just going about my day a few days later, and I start getting all these emails. Why is Trump attacking you out of the blue on Truth Social? Well, this is his chicken way of saying no.
So how much after the exchange did this attack on Truth come out?
Oh, it happened like 2 days after they were giving me BS excuses about when we're going to do the Substack.
So why do you think he wanted to meet with you in Bedminster? What do you think his outcome was or motive was?
Take a picture with me. And put it up on Truth Social and say, look who's supporting me again.
Oh, wow.
But he wouldn't do that.
Oh, he totally would.
You know why I don't think he would do that? You know why I don't think he would do that? Because within seconds you would deny it.
Okay, but I explained what happened with that attack.
This doesn't sound legit at all.
No, but it would be a very bad look for him to do that. For example, Little Bow Wow posts a picture like 6 years ago. I don't know if you know this guy. He's a big time. He was a big rapper 20 years ago.
Bow Wow.
Oh, him. Yeah.
So he posts a picture that, hey, jet flying, stuff like this. Oh, yeah. And then a guy responds back and says, he's not jet flying. He was on a commercial airplane. What was this all about? It was the most embarrassing thing. I don't know if you remember this or not when this took place. Okay. So for Trump to post a picture of you to say who's supporting me, within seconds you would trash that. I don't know if
he
would.
has a much bigger megaphone.
No, I don't.
He's the ex-president.
No, but are you kidding me? Mainstream.
This sounds so insane. She's got to have some proof to back this up, and I don't think she does. This sounds crazy. She sounds like a jealous ex-girlfriend is what she sounds like. This is really, really bad. And yes, Patrick Bet-David is picking her apart, Axel. And I'm glad he did, because this doesn't... Why would he need... Ann Coulter doesn't have pull like that. Trump is destroying DeSantis right now. He doesn't need her to boost his numbers. This makes no sense.
Mainstream media hates him. You would be center stage story, invited to every single CNN, MSNBC to trash him. You would get that I don't think that would be.
They will only invite people on. I mean, isn't that curious that they haven't invited me on to trash him? Why? Because I trash him for not keeping his promises. This is how much they want open borders, and they want to destroy this country. If you attack him from the right, as I'm doing, oh no, it's your kryptonite to the networks. Only if you come on and say, we almost lost our democracy.
So your biggest issue with Trump essentially is he's not Trumpy enough.
He didn't keep his promises.
You nailed the nail on the head. You're not attacking him from the left. Everyone else is. You're attacking him from the right. And your biggest critique of him is straight up the open borders, immigration, not building the wall.
My boy Brockatron. What's up, Brock? Only a woman like Ann Coulter make me wish I was dumb and ugly, so she never bothered me. He should ask, when Trump wins, will she vote for him? Absolutely. Hayden Wayne! Coulter is the ex-girlfriend who had a dream Trump cheated on her. Then she lost her mind over it, LOL. None of what she said is true.
Policy, right?
Yes.
And you live in, you're as conservative and as right-leaning as you are, you spend your time with the East Coast elite. You're in LA, San Francisco, what have you, and you're in New York. Here's my question. New York, we see what's going on with Eric Adams. We've seen what the governor, Kathy Holcomb, is saying. When are New Yorkers going to wake up and realize, all right, maybe this sanctuary city thing ain't what the cat pajamas is all about? What do you say?
They're waking up, and God bless Governor DeSantis. He started it. He said it first, and then that Martha's Vineyard thing is what set it off. And I mean, Abbott has more illegal aliens. It's basically, it's an open border. This is why we need a wall. And I think more and more Americans are seeing this is the problem with not having a wall. And I just want to point out, anyone who talks about border security and does not say we need a wall is a liar. Nothing will work but a wall. And by the way, I don't know if you saw today, Joe Biden is saying he's going to start building a wall and blow off environmental regulations, proving my point.
That would be the Biden.
Nothing works but a wall. And the only one who I think is trustworthy enough, I mean, Vivek.
I was just going to ask you that.
I love Vivek. I hate to say this. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. His best ideas are all.
To build additional border wall in South Texas. How can you build additional border wall when Ann Coulter says Trump didn't build the wall? We know Trump built the wall. We know he wanted to build more. We also know that they did everything in their power, the Democrats and some of the Republicans, to stop him from building the wall. This is just, we all know this.
All coming from DeSantis, but oh my gosh, that kid is articulate. So the only one I really trust to build a wall is DeSantis.
So not Trump. God. So of all the people, you're saying that Trump wouldn't be the most likely person to
build
the
He had 4
wall?
years.
Yeah,
he had a Republican House and a Senate. No, he does not give two shits about
I'm about to defend Trump right now.
Oh my God,
Don't you think he actually wanted to build the wall?
No, he was.
Why would he lie about the wall?
Didn't they start
because it got him the presidency.
So you don't think he actually genuinely in his bones wants to build the wall? Genuinely?
I don't know. Something that you easily could have done at.
Oh my God. Like, let's just be clear about one thing. Donald Trump has an ego, and we all know that, and we love him for it, and it's a good thing. Donald Trump building a wall to keep immigration under control would be something that would be remembered for the entire rest of history. Of course he wanted to build the wall. Holy shit. Of course he wanted to. He probably wanted Trump all over the fucking wall. Good Lord.
Any point for I'll even give you year 2 or 3 and 4. And by the way, he didn't need Congress. But if you have it in your head that you need Congress, you have a Republican House and a Republican Senate. And what did he do? He passed Paul Ryan's tax cuts.
Well, he wanted to go to the health care first.
And then what do you say to like somebody?
Yeah, he did a lot on health care, didn't he?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Obviously didn't.
And what do you say about because Vivek's attitude? He was interviewed. He just stopped somebody. He was doing grassroots, going to like coffee shops, and somebody's like, "How are you going to fix the border?" And he said, "I would deploy our military and literally put them at the southern border." Are you?
DeSantis said that first, and he said it better. And I wish I could just make him our president.
He wears high heel boots.
You can't give him Riz though, Ann.
I think he may not need it.
Well,
how do you not need charisma and personality and Riz to be the president? Other than Joe Biden.
H.W. Bush, George W. Bush.
Yeah, but that's a different era. Social media, and you know.
George W. Bush had plenty of charisma, and George W. Bush had the name recognition. But again, I've talked about this 1,000 times. George W. Bush had that. He's the kind of guy you could go have a beer with. That's the type of charisma that he had. He had the good old boy Southern mentality that people connected to. And again, to be clear, I hate George W. Bush. I think he's a terrible person and a terrible president. But he did have that element that people connected to. Ron DeSantis doesn't have that ability. Ron DeSantis wipes his fucking nose and then licks his hand. Yes, there's video of it. Like, there was a video of it just the other day. Like, he just wipes his nose and he licks his hand. And he wipes his face. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's not relatable. That's fucking weird and disgusting. He's a weird dude.
How this works these days. It's showmanship. It's entertainment. Politics pre-2000 wasn't showmanship. How
I don't know. Maybe
today.
you're right. Like
Social
I say,
media. I'm right on this one.
I might be losing a lot of stake bets, but I just think that before people vote,
I'll show you the video. Give me just a second of Ron DeSantis. I think Ramble Rants put it up. Give me just a minute. I'll show you the damn video. It's fucking weird, dude. Give me just a second. Maybe I saved it. But Ron DeSantis is a disgusting fucking person. Like, he's just weird as hell. And I'm like, what is wrong with this man? Let me see if I can find it. It's so weird. And and it's just like, why are you doing that in public? It doesn't make sense. It was when he was ranting about Trump not winning. And let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Give me just a second. Ron DeSantis. Let me see if I can find it. It's such a weird video. Was it Dilly Meme Team that had it? There's just so many fucking videos of him. I'm looking for them now. Let me see if I can find. Give me just a second. Just work with me, chat, because it's so funny. Viper Chief says, Jeremy never reads my comments. I do sometimes, and I just read that one. So what do you think? He's just an awkward guy that doesn't really understand that you got to connect with people or give them something. But like, even the weird way he was sitting on Bill Maher's show where his boots were showing or whatever. Guys, if you can find that video, I'll go back to Ann Coulter and I'll see if my guys can if we can find that, but I can't find it right this second. But yeah, it's weird, man. I'll show everybody that we'll track it down.
What they do is they look at the candidates. There's generally, I'm trying to remember, do they have a debate in every state, at least the early states, before each primary or caucus? They definitely have one in Iowa. They will have one in New Hampshire. They will have one in South Carolina. And I mean, I always find it weird how many people there are who don't care about politics at all. They know as much about politics as I know about football. That's zero. But before they're going to vote, they know a presidential election is important. They're civic-minded. They're just, I don't know, they have lives. And before that primary comes, they look up the candidates, and that's why we didn't have President Fred Thompson.
Yeah.
And as for Haley, there was one thing I was going to say about why I think she's going up in the polls. There was one thing that I will admit so far I've been wrong about, because every 4 years, my entire life, at some point during the Republican presidential nomination process or a primary process, the black Republican is polling at number 1 or number 2. And I mean, many of them I've actually genuinely liked, like Herman Cain and his 999. I liked Alan Keyes, lots of them. But it's just so pathetic that Republicans are so desperate not to be called racist. Oh, I like Colin Powell for president. Oh, good for you. And so I predicted that at some point, Tim Scott, yes, there it is.
Tim Scott would be polling first or second?
At some point, first or second. So far, I've been wrong, but now I think Haley's taking the place. No, I'm for a woman. You can't call me sexist.
Yeah.
Because I think she's been an absolute disaster in the debate.
I don't
So
understand.
You're saying it's all just optics, or
I don't think she thinks about what she says. I don't think she knows what she's saying. Did she say 199? I was too busy looking looking for this Ron DeSantis clip, but I don't think she even knows what she's talking about.
Or they're actually Steve Schmidt, your old buddy who was McCain's campaign manager, actually was like, "Oh, I didn't realize how racist the Republican Party really is."
Yeah.
So what are you exactly saying about the black nominees and the racism?
Oh, what I'm saying,
Republican Party.
No, nobody's racist. Nobody. Well, actually, there's a lot of anti-white racism. The number of white people who are racist, we couldn't fill up this room. So no, but Republicans are so. I mean, your average Republican, obviously I'm not, are so afraid of the mainstream media calling them racist. No, let's prove them wrong. Let's prove them wrong. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know. White people have a suicidal gene.
White guilt is what it's called. It's
white guilt. You brought something up, and there's something to be said. You know, the national polls are national polls. And then we go to New Hampshire.
Right.
And then we go to Iowa. And people still don't understand, even though it's been explained at length, that Iowa's not an election. It's a.
So Jed got me one clip that I'll show you guys, but there's another one, Jed, that was just posted like the other day. But this is this is one of them right here. One of these Dilly meme team people retweeted it. Jed.
Crazy. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay, don't back down. We won't.
Yeah, that wasn't it. There's another one.
You know what he was afraid of?
Those are damn
He was afraid
funny.
of being in-
Get him, Trump. Get him, Trump. That was funny, though.
It's an elimination caucus.
Right.
It goes like this, like this, like this, like this. And so all the national polls do this because they have to sell ads and have something to say. You know, all the people on TV that, you know, don't make jobs, they make noise. So you've got the national polls saying, oh, what about this? What about this? That's why Fred Thompson was up after he goes on Johnny Carson and he talks about that. I remember that. And that's why, you know, Mike Huckabee, Huckaboom, the headline was on Drudge, in the early days of Drudge, when everybody was like, is this really a newspaper? What's going on? How is he influencing us? And then you go down to the micro polls. So the question is, within these micro polls, they always surprise everybody. So do you think, and I'm kind of circling back, that in New Hampshire and Iowa and South Carolina, the first three that matters, because then a bunch of PAC money follows you, almost like the vortex, right? That they're going to find a way basically to keep Trump off the ballot. Because that's the only way he loses those primaries in what, 110 days?
Oh, I don't think so.
Do you think that he can lose on the ballot and lose?
Yes.
Wow, that's surprising.
All right, I was a little distracted, but I see you right here, Socrates McGoat. Just hooked me up with the tweet. So I apologize. I've been looking for it, but here we go. Get ready, ladies.
Governor, hi.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Because this is pretty nasty. All right, so let me pull this right here. All right, here's what I was talking about. Here we go.
Hey, you and Donald Trump have gone back and forth in the last few days over who turned.
What? Why did you do that?
Governor, hi. You and Donald Trump have gone back and forth in the last few days over who turned.
So weird, man. So weird. Shout out to the Dilly meme team. What the hell's wrong with that dude, man? It doesn't make sense. Let me back this up a little bit because I missed a little bit of what they were saying. Let's see. Here we go.
To keep Trump off the ballot, because that's the only way he loses those primaries in what, 110 days?
Oh, I don't think so.
Do you think that he can lose on the ballot and lose?
Yes.
What?
Wow, that's
That makes no sense whatsoever. Like, again, the irony here is that she was memed for saying that Trump could win back in 2015 by the left and the mainstream. They all laughed her out of the building, and of course she was proven right. I don't know if she's just like throwing a Hail Mary here. Like, I don't know what she's talking about.
Wow, that's surprising because you look at the.
I'm not saying it'll happen. I'm not confident, but I think it can happen.
How?
I just think people start paying attention, and I think the real Trump cultists, the ones who say we don't care what he does. We don't care. We don't care if he doesn't build a wall. We don't care if he gives amnesty to dreamers. I think the number of Republicans who think that is not that big. I think there is that cult, and that you think that that's 40% of Republicans. I'm thinking it's more like 10%, and they'll come along.
Who don't care?
Who don't care about any of the issues. It's a cult of personality, and you
Only
see them on
10%?
Twitter. Of Republicans.
Right, of Republicans.
Because it's, I don't know, maybe Republicans are dumber than I thought.
Well, the math is sort of proving you wrong. I mean, if you look at his approval ratings within the Republican Party, I mean, it's no longer the Republicans. If you don't agree with Donald Trump, you are now officially a rhino. You're a rhino. I don't know what the hell you're, a stegosaurus at this point. It's MAGA or nothing.
Yes.
Or nothing.
I am worried that crowd, the personality cult, may be bigger than I think. But I just think most of those people, when they are asked, because
she seems not well. I mean, I'm being like as legit as this. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. She seems not well. And I mean, I've been watching Ann Coulter for a long time, so she has these weird kind of whimsical things, but like, she legit seems broken beyond belief. And we've seen Trump break a lot of people, but she seems extremely broken right now.
It's always been a popularity contest the year before. There's no reason to think this year is different. I think when they say Trump, what they mean is screw you, media. I hate you Democrats. I hate Biden. I hate what's going on. And the first name they can think of, I mean, ask me to name a football player. What's his name? Tom Brady. Okay, I'm out now.
Taylor Swift. She's the biggest football player in the world now.
I got no more names for you. So I think a lot of people are like that, I mean, the not caring about politics has utterly formed me, but you do meet such people. And when they say Trump, I think it means something different. And to that extent, I agree with Mar that I love Trump supporters. I mean, even when I hated him when he was president, and you know, you'd see these huge Trump flags, it would always warm my heart. The big signs. I thought, oh, I'm sure I would like these people because I think they like him because of all that wall stuff, because of how he was going to put us first, how he was going to bring jobs back, how he was going.
How many miles of wall is there? I don't know the answer. I think there's several hundred miles of wall that Trump that Trump completed. I don't know exactly how many, but he definitely built the wall and built a lot of it. And he would have built more if he wasn't constantly dealing with kickback. A lot of people are saying 500, 450, 500. Okay, so yeah, like it's like how can you not acknowledge these simple facts? Good Lord, man. This woman's crazy.
To, strike better trade deals. Well, didn't do any of that, but he moved the embassy. What do you think now, voter? Mm-hmm. Now, those people, I think we win back the percentage of the ones where they literally wouldn't care if you were governing exactly like Biden. They're just slobbering over Trump. Yeah, we're not going to win them back.
And you said you travel a lot, right? I assume in 2015, 2016, when you nailed the Trump thing, you had the MAGA, the Republicans, taking pictures with you, shaking your hand, giving you hugs. When you travel now, I assume the liberals still hate you, no doubt. What's the Republican MAGA people say to you when they see you?
Well, it's probably not representative because of where the places I'm going to end up. But actually, after the 2020, I don't know if it was after 2020 or if it was after January 6th, I've had so many Republicans come up to me and say, I hated you when you were attacking Trump during the presidency, and now I see you were right. So that's all I've gotten from Republicans. Now, I don't think that's representative. I haven't gone to, I don't know where these Trump cultists live. I mean,
Good Lord, man. Like, this is like one of those stories that never happened that you hear like a lot of the leftists say, like they just invent some story to make their craziness seem not crazy. That's what she's doing right now. Like, there's literally no data to support what you're saying. There's no data. Do you know what there is? Do you know what there is? Everything that, and it's all projection. Everything she's saying about Trump is true of DeSantis. DeSantis has lost supporters. DeSantis has lost the trust of the people. The same people that trusted him, that had faith in him, those people have all jumped ship because he has lost all of them. Trump has only gotten more popular. And the data supports that.
When I saw January 6th, I think I tweeted this. I thought to myself, I've been wondering who still supports this guy. Okay, there they are, and they're not there. They're not exactly masters of the universe.
The shaman.
The shaman, exactly. Those are the people. So I'm not in a place where
I want to believe you. I want to believe you, but the numbers. Don't support what you're saying. So it makes you look bitter.
Thank you, Patrick.
And it makes you look angry, and it makes you look that no one can please you. Trust me, like you're somebody that I watch over the years, even till today. When you talk, there's like, in finance, there's a guy that they think he's cuckoo. His name is Michael Burry. Michael Burry is the guy from the movie Big Short. He's the guy that said the market's going to collapse. He's out of his mind. He's crazy. He's not. He just had a $1.6 billion bet against the S&P 500 6 weeks ago. They're like, what? So he took $1.6 billion of his client's money and he shorted the S&P 500. What's this guy thinking? No, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's an idiot. He's this, he's that. I want to know what he has to say, right? Okay. You are a Michael Burry of politics because you said Trump's going to win, and he did. Now, Michael Burry's not 100%. Right? He's not always going to get it right. It's just impossible, right? Because it's speculation. There's a lot of things that came up. Same with you. So to be fair to you, you're not going to be 100% right. This is not a world that you can be 100% right. But a part of me is listening to you and saying, okay, is she upset with maybe, you wanted something from him, he didn't give it to you? That's option number one. Okay. 2.
Yeah, a wall.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Number 2, is she upset that maybe he said he was going to do what he was going to do and he didn't? Okay, fair. You're right. The wall and all this other stuff. Great. Yeah, you had House, you had Congress, you had Senate, all this. Fair. Is she upset?
Take it easy, as is Wonky Out Brown. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good night, man. Get some rest.
Said that, maybe they had a feud and something went there. Maybe.
About the wall.
What is she upset about? Now, your confidence.
I don't think I could be clearer about this.
I am with you.
I wish they would bring up the fact that like several hundred miles of this wall was built, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I'm pretty sure Paul Ryan was the speaker, and Paul Ryan put a lot of restrictions in Trump's way and slowed down this process. Paul Ryan is a literal piece of shit, by the way. And he was constantly battling them. But I wish they would bring that up.
You've been very clear today to understand where you stand with this here. But the voter is still saying, we want this guy back in on the Republican side than anybody else. And it ain't even close. We were at both GOP debates. Not going to lie to you. I was at the first one, Milwaukee, exciting. Second one, we fell asleep. Half the audience was asleep. It was boring. First one, Vivek showed up. Second one, Nikki Haley showed up. Both, DeSantis was number 2. So he can't pull off the first.
Not in the polls.
I know not in the polls, but, when you watch him, he's just the safe guy. He gives the safe answers. The first one, he kind of leaned on Christie to go after, Vivek and to go after Trump, but he didn't go after Trump. But on the second one, his campaign guys came back and said, if you're really going for it, you got to go after Trump. So then he went after Trump. And then in the conversation with Sean Hannity, I think we should do more of these. I would love to do a one-on-one. If we're doing one with Newsom, I'd love to do one with Trump. Okay, yeah, great. But then the audience and voters are like, still the same. No movement.
Right.
There is nothing that's exciting. It's almost like a person you like that you want to see flourish,
right?
But they can't win the people over. So what do you do then? So let's just kind of go in this scenario with you. Let's say it is Trump, okay? And let's say it's against Biden, maybe Kamala. Long shot Newsom. I don't think Newsom could, because if Newsom did, they're going to say, look, the white man fired a black woman's job. And that storyline on the Republicans is going to be phenomenal. They're not going to let Newsom, even though it should be Newsom, they're just not going to let it happen here. It'll happen 2028. It's catastrophic for Democrats if he takes it over Kamala. So let's say it is Biden, Trump. What are you going to do? Who are you going to support? Are you going to sit this one out? Are you going to vote for Joe Jorgensen? Are you going to be like, I'm going to go libertarian, independent? Are you going to wait for RFK to do something? What is Ann Coulter going to do?
I am worried that it could be Trump, but one prediction I'm very confident of is if it is Trump, he's going to lose. In fact, it'll probably be a 1964 style landslide. So it'll be a slow motion airplane crash for me. And I mean, as you'll see from my Substack, I don't write that much about. Obviously, as we're heading into an election year, I'm writing a lot more about politics, but it's more about specific things like immigration, like crime, like anti-white racism and the affirmative action cases. So I figure, and there are people who do that, and I find them very interesting. If it's Trump, I'm not paying attention. I don't want to watch the plane crash. And the one satisfaction I will have is, and it's not satisfaction, I've done everything I can to save this country from high crimes and misdemeanors through even defending Trump to some extent, and resistance is futile by attacking the media and writing in Trump We Trust. I've done everything I can do. It's over at that point. And
she is damaged. I wish they would ask her if Trump lost so much support, how come he got, was it 8 million more votes, I believe, from 2016 to 2020? How come he got more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country if you say he lost support? I wish they would ask her that question.
I wouldn't say it's satisfaction, but the people who are going to suffer the most are the ones in the Trump cult, are the 10,000 people or however many thousand ran into that Capitol building. I'm still going to have a great life. In fact, my pool boy is going to be a lot cheaper. And you know who's going to really suffer? Those people in the cult who just don't care and won't look at the wall and won't look at the issues and won't look at the fact that we're becoming a third world country, and they're going to be pushed aside and they'll be living up in the shacks like in Venezuela. My life is fine. In Brazil, in Venezuela, I'm going to do great, and I'm doing everything I can to save the lives of people who apparently hate me.
What if you're wrong?
I just told you what my life is going to be like if I'm wrong.
Pool, cleaner's going to be cheaper, all that stuff. But what if
She's
you're wrong?
She's going to have a pool boy.
Which part of that is wrong?
But no. What I mean is, okay, so I really try to think on why some of the things didn't get done on first term, okay? You know, sometimes a first-term president's biggest fear is what? To be a one-term president. It's a fear.
It wasn't his.
But no, it was. Pre-COVID, he would have been a two-term president.
No, he would not have.
He would. The economy was good. There was no wars. ISIS was gone.
What's the one demographic he lost compared to 2016?
Whoa. She's saying that he... Oh, my God. This is almost over. Is there more to this? I got to see more.
Anyone know? Anyone know? What's the one demographic he lost?
The women?
Nope. White men. and it was in mostly the industrial Midwest, the states he lost. That is not because of COVID. They weren't living in New York City.
But he gained a bunch of other things. You're picking one thing he lost out of all the other things he won. But here's where I'm going with
Well,
this.
he lost the election.
What he
That's
did.
kind of important.
But
You gotta win elections.
But losing the election was a black swan. I mean, you're smart enough to know it wasn't like a
It
regular
wasn't.
election.
I knew he was going to
that's
lose
it.
the election. That one I would have bet you $1 million on that. In fact, I did make bets on that. That's why I only make stake bets now, because people never pay monetary bets, and I made a lot of bets.
So if you like this clip,
My goodness. My goodness. So Simplistic just dropped a 50 first super chat for Simplistic, and I've mentioned you a lot, and you've never seen a super chat until now, and I appreciate it. TDS is a hell of a drug. Trump 2024. Absolutely. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but there are let me see. Let me go back. Let me see if I can find some other stuff here. There was some other clips that this, and Coulter, man, I believe that there's something deeper going on than
Adios.
Here's a 22-minute clip. Like, you want Jay on? Is Jay in the chat? Jay could join in on the Discord if he wants. I mean, or I can get him on the Zoom call. So, you guys want Jay? But it's just crazy. Let me catch up on some super chats really quick first, okay? Because you guys have been patient with me. AD Victorium says, Jeremy, have you seen? Oh, I got that one. I got that $10 from AD, Jed. Jeff Hill says, how? Let's see. How he did keep his promises. He did everything he could as president, fighting against corrupt Congress. He was being impeached, and he had to fight impeachment, the correct system. Yeah, exactly. I mean, dude, he's constantly facing crazy battles and attacks from all sides. It doesn't take a genius to understand why he didn't get as much done as he wanted to. But Anima Chains for 20 says, a woman came to my work and my friend helped her. She said, "You're really nice. Just don't tell me you're voting for Trump." He said, "Well, I won't tell you that then." She said, "Oh no, you need to watch the news more." Yeah, see, that's that weird mentality of how people are. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But that's how broken people are. Coalee says, "Lady, I don't know who you are, but the sanctimonious is married. You can't simp your way into his heart. But hey, you do you, I guess. Apologies for the lack of super chats lately. Work's been busy. 199. You already know what I'm going to say, Coalee. You never have to apologize to me for not sending super chats. Every single person here, not one of you, of the 1,600 here, you never have to send me a dime. This is a free show. If I earn some support from some people, that is fantastic. And clearly there's many people that have supported. But nobody has to send me a dime. And unlike other people, I won't be paywalling my show. And that's just how it's going to be. I think the more people that watch, the better for whatever you're doing. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, thank you so much, Coalee. Alan Tanasi says, and Coulter is the original pick-me conservative thought. Am I wrong? No, you're not. Mike Hill says, what do you think about the new season of Chucky with him going on a killing spree at the White House? I haven't seen much about that, so I'd have to look into it to give you an informed opinion. I don't know much about that. I'll have to look into it. I got the Eric K super chat, and shout out to Eric K. Not here tonight, but he'll be back. Stacy Lee for the 199. Thank you, Exalted Patriarch. Please support your local. Let's see, Shriners Hospital. Let's see. As his wonky eyebrow, Eric K. missed his second FNT. Sad times. Hail, folks. Yes, but he'll be back. He's got some stuff going on. Doc Holiday for 5 says, I was joking. LOL. I'm fine being with paying, but not $175 for a neckbeard nerd. Well said. Shy Guy Tyler. Her eyes were on Trump Tower and whatever is slightly to the left of it. The Under Armour Gamer for 5 says, Letitia James for treason, Trump Letitia James for treason 2024. Mike Hill, with video proof, it shows that she is a hypocrite and deserves the Beard of Shame. Did she win Beard of Shame? Who won it, Krista? Who won Beard of Shame tonight in the poll?
It was Ann.
Oh, okay. Ann Coulter won Beard of Shame. Again, chat, Krista's here in the Discord. Hi, Krista.
Hello.
You got anything you want to tell the chat, Krista?
Shout out to the 199 and be sure to smash that like button.
There we go. Krista Nova in the house. 2012 Jameson says, how can I help? I can give you information too. I mean, I'm not big on like reporting information. I like to report like what other information's out there, and I like to determine if I think it's legit or not. But I don't like to be like the breaking news type of guy because that's just a slippery slope. But you can help. You always help, Jameson. You're always here supporting, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. Atomic Patriot says, let's make America great again. Trump 2024, let freedom ring. I'm reading the founding documents again for fun. It's good knowledge. Hail the 199. Thank you very much. I'm going to move back up to the gifted memberships part, Jed, because we got Warren Smith. Damn it, is Warren not here? Because Warren dropped 5 gifted memberships earlier. I meant to give him that shout out because I saw it come in before the stream. I love you, Warren. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Lord Plagueis gifted a D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. Squiddy Girl with the D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. Johnny B. Casual. Scenario. Biden promises to divert funding for Titanfall 3 if he wins the second term. How do you vote? I mean, no. I'm still not voting for Biden. I'll just play Titanfall 2. Thank you, Johnny B. Casual. Let me see. We got Veranid9 gifted 5 D-Day Cobra memberships. We got 1,000 likes, people. We got 1,000 likes already. We're not even at the 2-hour mark yet. We already got 1,000 likes. Holy crap. Let's see where we're at. I think that's all the gifted memberships for now. I got a lot to catch up on. I think we're doing a gaming stream to do a square up tonight. I think that's what we're doing. I think we're doing a gaming stream to do a square up tonight because there is, and I'm talking about from the previous streams too, for the previous streams and everything. So that's all right, Cam Man. Cam Man's the man. What's up, Cam Man? How you doing, brother? Hayden Wayne. My girlfriend has a black coworker who says she hates Trump and is voting for Biden. Her reason? Trump is racist and wants to deport black people. This is 100% true, and she will not listen to reason at all. Where do these people get this information from? Where? I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Wants to deport black people? Good God, man. Vic Whiplash in the house says, hold the line. Snake Pit. There you go, Vic Whiplash. How the hell are you, brother? Thank you for the gift of memberships earlier, too, man. I really appreciate it. Vic Whiplash is awesome. I don't know if this is true or not. It hasn't had a community note, so I don't know if this is true. And, again, I'm not going to pretend that I know what this means. But this is a breaking news. Appeals court has stopped the judge on the judge in the New York trial in order to break up Donald Trump's businesses in New York. This is the quote that he erroneously sought out to adjudicate the rights of a non-party business entity. I don't know if this is legit. Is this legit? Is this true? So I need somebody to dumb this down for me. Break this down for me in Titanfall terms. Or break this down for me in Mario Kart terms. But at the end of the day, I'm glad this is happening. But these people, man, like, I'm being sarcastic, by the way. I understand the basics of it. I just didn't know if it was legit or not. With that said, again, disbarring somebody like him, disbarring somebody like Letitia James to me, is just disrespectful. This person doesn't need to be disbarred. This person belongs behind bars. Behind bars. Trump posted about it? Okay. Oh, Eric Trump posted about it. Okay, cool. But yeah, like, it's really crazy that these people, like, look at this guy, man. Look at this dude.
It's kind of stupid, isn't it? It's kind of stupid, isn't it?
Oh, Drunk 3PO's here. What's up, Drunk 3PO? How you doing,
This
man?
is different. This is different. I think the people appreciate not seeing my face. I don't mind jumping in Discord.
Nah, they want you here. I'll probably have to send you a link now.
No, I can keep my pants off. I can, do all that stuff. Man, that Ann Coulter, that was
rough.
Whew, I think you're 100% correct, man. She just sounds like a broken. Not Leanne I remember. She used to be fired up, writing books, how to talk to a liberal if you have to, like all that stuff. And now it's just like, it's like what?
She sounds very, very broken. Really,
we're not trying to crown the man king. We just want him back in office to clean up this mess and lead us in the ship in the right direction.
Yep. 100%.
It's crazy, man. It's
really,
crazy.
It's really bad. And she, again, man, I think there's something deeper going on that we're not aware of because she just seems very, very deranged about this whole thing. And the fact that she was so connected to him for so long, yeah, I don't know. It's wild.
I agree.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like her at all. Sounds like, I mean, I don't know how anyone can not be happy with like the current polling and things like that with what we have in our government now, because I'm just like, I'm at that point. I know you are too. It is just like all these people that have been in office for like 15, 20 years, they just need to go, man. I don't know. They just got to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to go. They're just spending all our taxpayer money on everything but America. It's just like our public school systems are a freaking mess. Like even like, remember like when we take these road trips, like, can you just fix the roads, man? How are we supposed to be like, have all this money to Ukraine and we can't even have nice roads to drive across America? Like, dear God, man, help us, Trump. You're our only hope.
He is the only hope. I mean, Trump is the only hope, and I don't know what it's gonna take for some of these clowns to understand that. But I mean, she comes off as someone that it's not to do with policy. It just has to do with something deeper that we are not aware of. And I think she had a crush on Trump. I really do. I really think that's what it was. I think she really, really wanted some orange man good is what she wanted. And it didn't happen. The only problem with this setup is that, so when and maybe I could share my screen in Discord. Would that help, you guys think? Because you guys don't hear what I'm talking about. So if I went to screen share and shared my primary screen, I guess you guys would then hear it, but I wonder if I would get an echo on the stream. Let me see what happens here. Testing. Do you guys see that right now? Like on the Discord call. This is what I have on the desktop view for everybody looking. So do you guys see my screen?
No. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see it.
Now,
I just had to click on your name.
It sounds like...
Did you hear that? Could you hear it? Just now?
I don't hear it.
All right. I probably need to share. I need to share audio, I think, because I didn't click share audio. Let me do that really quick. So we're trying to. We got new stuff we got going on here, peeps. So where's the share audio tab? Is there not one?
Jeremy, your voice is crackling up a lot for us, and the chat's saying the same thing. I saw a few people say you're starting to crackle when you share your screen.
Okay, so I can't share my screen then. All right, there you go with that then. So that's not.
No worries, man. Hey, just keep. I'm a huge fan of yours. I love sitting back and watching. Huge fan.
Chase, shut up.
Do your
you gonna play Titanfall with us later?
Huge fan. Maybe no. Keep going, man. Get Jeremy to number one. We'll set up where I'll come on soon.
Yep.
Get Jeremy to number one.
We'll get
Do
Jay
your thing,
on
man.
here.
Do your thing. I love this guy, the Florida congressman for the win.
Let's go. All right, brother.
I love it.
Take it
Do your
easy,
thing,
buddy.
man.
All right, bye. Good having Jay here. And now is it back now? Is the microphone working properly now? Let me know, chat. Confirm that for me before we continue, just so I know. And then I will let you guys hear this right here, because I think this is pretty cool from Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz is actually like a legend. And he's I think Matt Gaetz could be the Florida governor, next Florida governor. Here we go.
It sounds like
you're not ready to commit to Scalise or Jim Jordan? You don't have a preference either way?
Well, I'm very close to both men. Matter of fact, I think of Steve Scalise like every night when I go home because he gave me this giant rack of Louisiana Cajun spices, and I love to cook. And so every time I'm whipping up some red fish or some chicken, I always think about him and the good that he's done. And I mean, gosh, man, if they'd have shot me in this place, I'd probably be out of here. But that guy, his journey from being shot to coming back to leading to taking on extra responsibilities, it's just an inspirational human story, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. And then Jim Jordan, I hero worship Jim Jordan. He is my personal mentor. I serve on the Judiciary Committee with him. I've tried to style a lot of my approach to the Congress in the image of Jim Jordan. And so it's really hard to pick among two great choices, but my personal decision will come down to spending. I want to hear these candidates say, we are done governing by continuing resolution and omnibus bill. Because for me, this was never personal. It was about spending, and we can't just keep running like $2.2 trillion annual deficits atop a $33 trillion debt. So that'll be the deciding factor to me, but I'm really heartened to know we've got two amazing choices, two amazing men, and I actually think God's will be done here.
Now, I totally, when it first started, I'm like, is Matt Gaetz like trolling right now? But he obviously was giving a really nice kind of compliment to his friend who's been through a lot. But at first I'm like, is Matt Gaetz just trolling really badly right now? So I thought that was pretty funny, but it was really well said. And it was good stuff indeed. All right. So let me read a few more super chats, but actually hang on. Is this a video right here? No, that's not the video I wanted. There was a video that I wanted to show you guys. Let me see if I can find it. There's a lot of... so I don't know if you guys know about this, but I think this is a really good account right here. Right here, this account basically just auto-populates with everything Trump posts on True Social. I love Trump. I'm on True Social, but I'm not a big fan of True Social. It doesn't work as good as Twitter. So I'm on Twitter, and I have notifications turned on. So every tweet that Trump sends out or a True Social post, this account populates it, and it's good. This is a really good account right here. So there you go. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up on that one. Really good account if you're on Twitter. And no, I don't call it X. I call it Twitter. Because it's Twitter. It's what it is. Let's see. Let me catch up here. You guys have been amazing tonight. We got 150 new members. Super chat fight. Is there a super chat fight going on? I don't think so. Coalee, pretend. Don't you know? Just like how not voting for Biden means you're not black, Trump has this magical button that just immediately transports all blacks to Wakanda. Make sense to me. Yeah, exactly. Good Lord, these people, man. I don't understand how their minds work. Abomination over on Rumble, 199 plus an extra penny to kickstart a fund for a 3-prong cultivator rake. Gotta keep that bushy garden under your chin clean and healthy. Hey, it's coming around. I've actually trimmed it up a couple of times. I've trimmed it up a few times, but we'll see how it goes. Vault 95 Survivor says, people asked Rush Limbaugh to run for president, but he wouldn't. Later, I realized that he was more effective affecting culture than being president. Tucker may have the same situation. Check his view number. Tucker's crushing it, man. Tucker is crushing it, and he's going to have to make that decision after Trump is done, I think. Vault 95 Survivor says, proof of how awful Democrat policies are, how they have near monopoly control of entertainment and communications and still sometimes lose. Imagine if the so-called right put more than 1% effort. Yeah, 100%. Darmouth says, Jeremy, did you ever get a chance to look at the Lodi vid I sent you last time? I'm trying to remember because I've been sent a lot. I'm trying to remember if I was able to check that one. Where did you send it? That's going to be the question. Did you send it to my email? Because I'm pretty sure I did, but I'm trying to remember. I've had like at least 50 things sent to me in the past couple of weeks. Payne says, bro, it's going to be Trump Kennedy on the independent ticket. Been calling this for months. GOO will Bernie Trump at the GOP is what you meant to say. Will Bernie Trump at the nomination. RFK is already about to go Indy. It's more likely than not. So you think Trump Kennedy is going to happen? I don't. I'm fine if it does, I guess. Like, at the end of the day, I'm fine with whatever Trump decides. I personally don't like Kennedy. I don't trust Kennedy. But I want whatever gets Trump back in office. Kennedy would be like my 10th or 15th choice. Carrie Lake is still my first choice. Matt Gaetz is probably my second choice at this point in time. I'm not really sure how I feel about Byron Donalds currently. I know Kristi Noem would be a fantastic choice as well. I just want people that are loyal to Trump, but I just don't see the RFK angle. I just don't see it. And I don't like RFK. I'm not a fan of RFK. Jeremy's creamy back end member for 4 months. It is time for that back end. Are you guys ready to see the sexy back end? Are you ready? Like, I need to know. So for those that are new to the show, that is very strange right now. Why does my live stream have a timer on it? I've never seen that before. That's kind of strange. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here in a minute. But if you're new to the show, at 1,000 likes, we like to show off that sexy back end. Now, I'm not here to brag, but I think we here at CobraCast have one of the sexiest back ends in all of YouTube. Okay, it's a pretty damn sexy back end, if I can't say so myself. And so I like to be transparent with the audience. The audience does a great job of supporting me and supporting the show and supporting the 199. So I like to be transparent, and I like to show that so that everyone sees what we're doing and what we're building, because I think we're building something pretty damn special. So without further ado, it is time for that sexy back end. And boom! Look at that. Look at that sexy, sexy back end. $823 in chat revenue and 150 memberships. But in reality, that's more like 175, because there's like 25 that came in before the stream started, and it doesn't count those that comes in before. So right there, you got 150, but go ahead and call it 175 new members just on this stream alone. Wow. Laura, yes, that does. Krista, do we actually get more than one, or is it just one more emoji you're going to add?
So it's not in real time. I have to wait, I guess, to find out, but I think I'm not quite sure. I think it's one emoji, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Now, I don't think we're look, I would love to add a Roll Tide emoji. I just don't think that is representative of the entire chat enough. So I don't know. While I would love to have one, I'm going to let the chat kind of throw recommendations out there to Krista. And you got to convince Krista, okay? You got to convince Krista, not me. Krista's the emoji queen around here. So Krista, are you going to let the chat throw some recommendations your way?
Sure.
All right. So you got to let Krista know. And then
TDs.
TDs. Long TDs. So there you go. The chat is throwing recommendations all over the place. Can get the Roll Tide one for Sports Wars. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Milk truck emoji. Krista, do you understand that?
No.
Don't worry about it then. Let's just say that the milk truck emoji would be used a lot when Alina Habba shows up on screen. So, all right. Thank you, Krista. She'll be here, chat, so she'll be reading the chat. Jameis says, Big Mike like Jeremy back in, cost $199. Damn. Savage indeed. All right, so there's that back end. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. All All right. Back to Super Chats. Damn Magus says, yo, what's up, Jer M? What's up, man? Corn Pop's Rusty Razor says, rumor has it that Trump is going to go on the next debate. Not to debate, but to spectate from the first row with some popcorn. Really? I mean, I'd love if he does that. I'm not sure that he would, but that would be pretty damn funny. Excelsior says, a lot of people don't get it. We don't need an intellectual to win the White House. They make excuses and won't see the, and they won't see the blunt truth. We need the damn uncle that can call a spade, and that's Trump. I agree. Jay Schwalbach for 20 on Rumble. And again, we get 100% of the Rumble rants. Says, used to like Ann Coulter, but lost respect. She became high and mighty, adopted a couple of African kids so she could deflect. Let's talk about her husband. None her vajayjay is so dirty. Chat finish. God. Oh, man. Oh, the Lofty Pixels win. Yes, I did. I just needed a reminder, Darmouth. Yes, the Lofty Pixels win. Yes, I did. And Lofty Pixels is awesome. So shout out to you, Lofty Pixels. But yes, I did. So I just needed a reminder on that one, brother. So thank you so much. Search and Destroy says poor toilet seat. I don't know which one, but I hear you on that. August K says, beard of shame for Jeremy for showing us Crotch Christie. Corn Pop, is that the real Corn Pop? Corn Pop is a damn good dude. Corn Pop is a good dude. I know a lot. I know Lofty is a very divisive figure in our little corner of the internet, but I like Lofty. Lofty's got some weird fucking opinions, but I like Lofty. Corn Pop is in the house. Says Jay Schwalbach says, sorry, Krista, that I said vajayjay. But yeah, Corn Pop is a bad dude. Greedo Gaming says Crispy is built like an obese bowling pin. When Chris goes to farms, cows moo at him. Thank you. Let's see. Soviet Bean says, Chris looks like he has his own gravitational pull. Critic 19 Adams, Snake Pit 199. So, Jed, are we in the point of, like, you have all the ones I've missed intertwined with these, or is that in the archive?
So, yeah, that's what I was asking you about before, and you told me to intertwine them all, so they're intertwined.
So, all that I'm reading is past and present now.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So I just wanted to make sure. Phantom X says, there's a special hail for people like him. Peasant Jeff says, theory for you. Dems seize Trump Tower, Manhattan, sell it, and demo the tower before Trump can win his court battle to try to push him over the edge. Yeah, that again, I don't think they're going to be able to seize any of his properties, and that's what that whole email was, or that tweet was earlier about that the judge. They don't have the ability to seize his properties. They can't take his assets. Real Director X for 199 says, "Hi, it is I, Real Director X, and Jeremy is a fig." I can only imagine who that is. Let's see. Jameson says, who is king or queen of chat tonight? Meaning like who's maybe sent the most gifted memberships or super chats? What do you think, Chad? Vic Whiplash is in there. Brock dropped 50 gifted memberships. Hayden Wayne's been crushing it. We've had several 50s tonight. I don't know. No red bombs. No MAGA red bombs yet, but I don't know. It
would have to either be Mr. Dangs or Brock.
Mr. Dangs was crushing it tonight. That's true. Mr. Dangs crushed it. Forgot about that. Shout out to Mr. Dangs. Slain Hope says 199 for live. January 6th was ended by Trump 2 hours before the 6 p.m. curfew. No one talks about that because it destroys the narrative. They have no argument. 100%. Linko Kenobi, what's up? Talking about the beard of shame. I think that was a previous one, though. But thank you, Linko Kenobi. 2012 Jameson. On Trump, I'll be your personal resource on tap. That sounds like a damn good person to have right there. Incoherent turd. Important alert. Ron DeSantis wears high heel boots. Meredith G. And Coulter insisted Trump pick Jeff Sessions, for Attorney General, and then she never forgave him for how he handled Sessions. She was advised that was a bad pick. I remember Jeff Sessions being chosen. Is Willie Will here? I see Ian says, is Willie Will in the chat? Willie Will. Let's see. East Coast Toasted Boy says, don't like Joe either, but he tripped on the leash. 2012 Jameson says, do the entire thing with Haba breaks. Haba breaks? Meaning Alina Haba, maybe? I'm not sure. Darian Murphy says, Jeremy, did you know the guy who killed Tupac was hired by Diddy? Diddy was paid indirectly, but the money was stolen. It was this fake Keefe D and another guy. So Diddy, who back in my day was called Puff Daddy, and now he changed his name to Diddy or whatever. Like Puff Daddy, Tupac really believed that Puff Daddy was involved in his first shooting in New York. And there was a lot of speculation that Puff Daddy had a lot to do with the other one, or with the Vegas shooting as well. But I was a big fan of Puff Daddy's music, like when he did like "I'll Be Missing You" after B.I.G. died and everything. But I've always felt like Puff Daddy was pretty fake. Let's see. Mikkel Jinx says, the biggest thing Trump did was pull the evil from under the cover. They say things in public, no, they used to hide. Yes, now they used to hide. Yes, exactly. They say things in public now that they used to hide. Eric V says, January 6th was set up by Nancy Pelosi. Also, the invasion at the southern border is worse than January 6th. That is true. 100%. And the fact is January 6th really was a nothing burger. But what's going on at the southern border is truly a historically bad thing for our country. That might be one of the worst things that's ever happened to our country. And they don't want to talk about what's going on at the southern border. Grand Fall says, does Trump have anyone advising him on what's going on and what you're talking about? Not just surface level, but that's the whys and the hows. Can't answer that question. I don't have any direct connection to the Trump campaign. To be completely clear, like, and this just shows like that my true allegiance is with Trump. I've had more direct contact with the DeSantis campaign over the past year than the Trump campaign. I don't have any connections to the Trump campaign. I have no connection whatsoever to the Trump campaign. But I've had direct contact with the DeSantis campaign on multiple occasions. And I probably could have gotten even more involved in that, but I don't fucking want to. I'm just a Trump supporter. Maybe one day I'll get to, again, I don't care if I get access to Trump or not. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm a proud Trump supporter. I'm never going to apologize for that. But I don't have any direct access to the Trump campaign. Just a dude on a phone says, we like hearing your rant, Jay. Stop apologizing, damn it. We do love Jay around here. Red Tigress in the house. Let's see. Kennedy Space Center is very nice, and the Atlantis exhibit is fantastic, though you must go in the pre-show. Yeah, I definitely want to go check out this Kennedy Space Center for sure. I went to the one in Huntsville, I believe, when I was very young. But I'd like to for sure. Let's see. Axel Jensen, dead in the water. He was back in true form ever since East Palestine, buying everyone Mickey D's when no one even had shown up. F off. You got long TDs. Long TDs. Harambe Kojima, which is a fantastic name. Let's see. Robert Barnes has contact with Trump, Jeremy. I know. And I've talked to Robert about that, but I'm saying I don't have direct contact with the Trump campaign is what I was saying. Anne must be the constituent DeSantis is polling. Possibly so. Hayden Wayne. Hey, Jeremy, have you looked into the Colony Ridge, Texas yet? If not, can we check it out? We would love to see your reaction to the company selling land to the economic migrants and hear your thoughts. Can you, who I got here? Krista, what'd you do with that super chat? Where'd it go? Okay. Jed probably can't look into it because he's too busy doing super chats for me. I don't know if Hailstorm's done with Beard of Shame. Krista, can you look into Colony Ridge in Texas and see if you can find like an article for me or something like that?
Okay.
For the migrants and the economic migrants and the company selling land. Just see if you can find me an article and shoot it to my Twitter DMs. It's all based on Hayden's $20 super chat that he just sent, so you can look for those keywords there. But Josh says she thinks Trump owns her and he never gave her any credit, and she got pissed and turned on a dime. Alan Tanasi, Anne wrote a book about Trump being her guy. What a neocon. She, Ben, Dave are wrong. Josh says, remember when she was Trump's, when she said Trump can win, when no one else said he could win in 2016? 100%. I remember that. Jameson says Coulter has had more than marbles in her mouth. Guava Ball. Remember DeSantis supporters backed the coup against MAGA AG Ken Paxton? Never forget. Never forget. Brian Stewart says Trump walked into North Korea. He's not afraid of Ann. Exactly. Conan the Brobarian says Jeremy is using Top Chat. Disgusting. So I tried to link live chat through the embedment that I have, and it won't let me. So I can't link live chat to that browser source. At least it wasn't allowing me to. I can try again. Matter of fact, let me try this one more time. So if I go live chat and then I do pop out chat, okay? Pop out chat. When I do pop out chat, it goes back to top chat. So it won't link to live chat. Doesn't matter what I do. It won't link to live chat. So I can't do it. Sorry. I tried. I did try because Can Man was calling me out earlier. So I tried. The Puller J. Bowman, who also tried, says, what she says makes no sense. 100%. Josh says psycho, talking about Ann. Python Bacon. I would like to ask Coulter, what action did Trump not take to try to build the wall? Yes. Yes. Mr. Squiggles, I heard supposedly Biden is not actually adding to the wall, but allowing Texas to add to the wall at their own expense. Not 100% sure, though. Jeremy's magnificent whale dong. I appreciate that one. So Coulter prefers is smooth words over actions. K, yep. Brockatron says, how is 452 miles of wall not trustworthy? Exactly. Kimster182, Ann is definitely grifting. She's like Milo Yiannopoulos. The Puller J. Bowman, she is fucking we tall did. What? She is effing we tall did? I don't know what you're saying, J. Bowman. Axel Jensen, who's on Ron's dick more, Ruben or Coulter? Probably Ruben. I mean, just judging on just, the obvious, probably Ruben. Dave Rubin, probably. Hayden Wayne says the past several Republican presidents had that talk with the people, not that people. Had the talk with the people, not to the people. Personality. Probably since Reagan. DeSantis doesn't. Okay, so he's saying the past several Republican presidents had that talk with the people, not to the people personality. And you say it hasn't probably happened since Reagan. DeSantis doesn't have it. He certainly doesn't have it. You think Dave Rubin? I think so too. All right, let's see here. Josh for 5 or 499. Paul Ryan fucked over Trump in Congress. McCain voted against Trump on his deathbed. Yeah, Trump was. I mean, he was facing it. He was facing it from all directions. Dugenheim says, please pause it on her alien hands. Mr. Squiggle says he probably licks his eyeballs when no one's looking. Objectively a cat. While the right plays Game of Thrones with itself, it ignores the existential threat of the mainstream left. It's the tendency of history's losers. Performance sports medicine for 5. Paul Ryan stopped the wall. 45 pulled funds from the Pentagon to build the wall without Congress. So she is retarded. It's so fucking retarded. She is the cult. Darth Racer. Coulter is just upset that Trump administration didn't give her a job. Spirian for the 199. Puller J. Bowman. She's using leftist language. She used cult and a couple of other key phrases. I'm surprised she didn't say problematic. Problematic. Lying dog-faced pony soldier with the 199. Josh with the 199. No trade deals. He reformed and did away with NAFTA. Cyril Lewis says, when famous folks shit on Trump, you can tell they've never lived in a small town or worked a blue-collar job. Keep spreading the truth. Love, Jeremy. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Peasant Jeff says, we live in neighborhoods that she would never be caught dead in, and in not 1 million plus homes. Elitist piece of shit. Also, you missed my super chat from earlier. I think I got it, didn't I? Peasant Jeff? We'll try to see if we can track it down. Greedo Gaming, there's something seriously wrong with this woman. Brocatron, it was Ryan and other parts of Paul Ryan and the other parts of the legislative branch that defunded and basically halted the construction, diverted or cut funding almost completely. These are facts. These are facts that happened. They were trying to do everything they could to hold Trump up on a lot of his policies. How do people not get this? I don't understand it. It makes no damn sense. Fable of Man says, scanning in, just caught the tail end of that, and oof, that was rough. Hail the 199 and Latinos for Trump. Python Bacon. YouTube won't let me call people morons in super chats? Probably not. They got a lot of weird rules, man. A lot.
So you got Peasant Jeff's a few minutes ago. He was the one talking about demolishing Trump Tower.
Got it.
Wanted to demolish the tower.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. Jameson says, Ann Coulter is giving Ron a full-time prostate exam with her head up his butt. Jeremy, over 1,000 hours on legal research, you just asked. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Jameson also said, Ann Coulter is part of the Uniparty cult. Axel Jensen, you're wrong, Jay. We do want him to be king. Shout out N-words for Trump. Armin Pax says, elites can't handle other elites betraying their own kind. Archer Blades. My politics professor back in college said term limits are not beneficial because it's too bothersome to organize or run more elections. Shaking my head. Ackle P2 3-parter. Hail the 199. On yesterday's Emergency CobraCast, you read my brief comment about Dick Butkus, RIP, and said Dick Butkus was rough and ruthless. While 100% correct, this was also a vague reference to a segment titled A Fistful of Yen, the 1977 comedy film, The Kentucky Fried Movie. Check it out. The movie is free to watch. I would love to see your reaction to clips from the film. RIP to Dick Butkus, one of the craziest names of all time. Another one that's up there with Dick Butkus, NFL legend. There's a NASCAR driver that I think that tops Dick Butkus. Does anyone know the NASCAR driver I'm going to name? There is a NASCAR driver that Jay Schwalbach will appreciate. His name is Dick Trickle. Yes. Dick Trickle was a NASCAR driver. Dick Trickle. That's amazing. Dick Trickle. Jay Schwalbach for 50. Krista, give me a Beardo 50.
Okay.
50.
Thank you, Krista. Jay Schwalbach for 50 on Rumble. Penguins. There are no penguins in Alaska, North Pole. Is Trump going to fix this? Jeremy, where do you stand? I'm not even going to talk about the yellow snow problem in Canada. I think this is a very serious issue, and I know young Ripa is very, very passionate about this topic, especially in Mario Kart. Thank you, Rumble. Thank you, Jay Schwalbach over on Rumble. Modalicious, did you hear the news? Tim Pool isn't Republican. What? Tim Pool isn't Republican? Are you kidding me? Where did you get this information from? That's breaking news right there. I got that Jameson one right there, and then I got both those Jameson ones. Jared the American, did you get my $4.99 super chat earlier? It's good. Did I? I don't remember one from Jared the American. Jed will look for me here in just a minute. David Phillips, Claude Balls was a cat lover. Claude Balls. What's up, David Phillips? You know, it gets pretty crazy when David Phillips shows up in the chat, okay? I'm just saying. Jared, we will look for that. Mr. Dangs.
I don't have any record of Jared's at all.
Okay.
Never saw that one.
Okay. And by the way, can we give a big shout out to Jed, Hollywood Scholar? So since and I want to give a shout out to the whole crew here actually, because it's a little more, it's better for me and it's better for the audience the way we're running it now. But running it through StreamYards is actually better for the crew behind the scenes because StreamYards keeps up with all the super chats. So there's like a log of them. And so Jed is actually trying to stay on point to keep all these super chats, keep up with all of them. So shout out to Jed. And then Hailstorm and the rest of them, they can't hear what I'm reacting to. So whenever I'm reacting to a video, it's just awkward silence on their end. So I just wanted to give a shout out to the crew, the CobraCast crew, crushing it. Shout out to them. Hayden Wayne says, Hollywood Scholar, you're an absolute champion, dude. Hell yeah. Thank you, Jed. Appreciate you, brother. So Mr. Dangs with the 5 D-Day Cobra memberships. Thank you. Mr. Dangs with 5 more. Mr. Dangs dropped a lot. Dark Obsidian with the D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier with the gifted membership. Thank you. I think that's the gifted membership. So on the memberships, I'm going to do the square up on all these membership messages on my gaming stream that I'm doing tonight, and it will be another gaming stream. Elson Barrett, hey, Jeremy, what the fuck are you wearing? You undercover or something? Hail. So I'm back home in Pensacola, so I actually have, like, more clothes because I don't really have I don't have a lot in my wardrobe. But I have had these in Pensacola. It was bought by my family, and I've been wearing it, and it's comfortable. I like it. So I was like, why not just, instead of throw the hoodie on, why not just wear what I'm wearing around right now? So there you go. There you go. Corn Pop says, go nude. Corn Pop, my goal is to grow the channel. I would destroy my entire channel and following. I would not only would I destroy this channel, I would destroy every channel that I'm connected to if I went nude, because everyone would lose all respect for me and everyone affiliated with me. So I don't think I'm going to be doing that anytime soon.
All right, we got Jared the Americans. It's in the CobraCast group chat. The problem is it came apparently before the stream started.
Gotcha. You want to read it real quick? You can go ahead and read it if you want.
All right, we got Jared the American for $4.99. Kevin Smith is having a speaking event at my school. Going to go to it wearing my Geeks and Gamers shirt and plan on doing some trolling. $1.99.
Hell yeah. I did see that one come in, Jared the American. Don't go too far, but obviously have fun. I'd love to have him, come on CobraCast sometime. Or Friday Night Tights, Kevin. I'm sure you would have a blast talking with us. But yeah, that's funny as hell. That's funny as hell. But yeah, we will see. But a lot of scan-ins in the chat right now. And of course, we still have Beard of Shame. Jace Hailstorm, how are we looking on Beard of Shame? We'll see how Jay Hailstorm responds to that. Hailstorm, got Beard of Shame. How's that coming along, buddy? No answer from Hailstorm. He doesn't talk very much.
He said 5 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago.
Ah, okay.
He's probably still working on it.
All right, so he's still working on it. We'll give Jay Hailstorm some time. Krista, were you able to... Okay. Krista, did you find anything on that article? If not, I can look it up later and we can do it for another CobraCast.
I think I put it in the CobraCast chat.
Okay, let's see what we got here. All right. And for some reason what you linked doesn't have a hyperlink, so I can't click on it. It looks like where it says public media and the HTTPS, you've got it close together, so it broke the link.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
You got to drop it for me again.
I was having troubles with it, like for the link.
Okay.
Thank you. He's got it.
Look at Jed. Let's see here. All right. Huh? Did you call him Jesus? Ginger Jesus?
That's what we call him.
He is Ginger Jesus, and I think that's pretty good. So
That's really good. Yeah.
it is really good. Okay, here we go. Texas lawmakers tour Colony Ridge amid calls for state takeover to clean out the development. Colony Ridge, a residential development near Houston, has been targeted by right-wing media and conservative state officials who've claimed the area has suffered from rampant crime at the hands of cartels and illegal immigrants. Well, you already know right there that there is something to this, because they have blamed right-wing media and conservatives to try and discredit it, because that is what they do every single time that you're flying a little too close to the sun. When you're flying a little too close to the sun, suddenly it's just right-wing extremists are the ones that have been ramping this up. Bunch of right-wingers are talking about it. That's how that goes. So the developer of the residential community near Houston pushed back against allegations claiming that the company was creating a safe haven for crime, drug cartels, and undocumented immigrants during a tour of the development with a handful of state lawmakers Thursday. Only a few weeks, the last few weeks, Colony Ridge, a 33,000-acre development of about 40,000 miles north of Houston, has been targeted by right-wing media and conservative state officials. I guess they're probably a bunch of racist and sexist, right? Who have claimed the area has suffered from rampant crime at the hands of cartels and undocumented immigrants. Trey Harris, who owns the development alongside two other family members, continued to refute these claims as he guided for members of the Texas House of Representatives. So the one thing I'll say about this is I do want to do more research on this now that you've got me interested, because this article is clearly biased. This is a clearly biased article because of how they're introducing it, because they're basically they've already told you that they have a bias. At the fucking headline, they've already told you that they have a bias. Already. So that means that there's meat on the bone. That means that there's something to this. That means that they are trying to cover something up. So that's what I definitely want to look further into this now. So Hayden finally got this on my radar. I know he's been trying, but this site, Houston Public Media, a service of the University of Houston, a PBS and NPR news and information site. Yeah, I'm not buying it at all. Lucio Vasquez. Yeah. No, not buying it. So I will look into that more. I am interested now. I'm very interested now. Okay. Let's see where we're at on Super Chats really quick. We do have some member messages I can read right now since we're waiting on Hailstorm. I'm going to go to the very top of the list. Jed, is that Alec Baldwin's finger? Did I see? Alec Baldwin's finger said infrastructure, and that was like a while back probably, but it's Alec Baldwin's finger, the freaking legend. Alec Baldwin's finger dropped like a fucking $50 or 50 gifted memberships on my emergency CobraCast the other day. Amazing. Let's see here. Where we at? Captain Action for 20 says, shout out Orlando and CobraCast. That's from Captain Action. Let's see. Cornucopia Comics will be releasing our first chapter of American manga soon, so stay tuned. Well, hell yeah, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat and good luck with your American manga. That's great. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Let me see where we're at. Silent Running for $1 on Rumble says, Coulter doesn't have a VJ if she has an Adam's apple. Not saying she does, but it's up for debate. Wolf member message, the real reason for the indictments comes out. Now we just have to find out what mothers Trump was with. AOC seems pretty angry with him at the moment. Isaiah Byer says, the real reason, I've got I'm late to the party. I'm sick of that SOB Lincoln Pro guy that doesn't know that we value lives of 9/11 above the transfer of power of government. Categorical Headline, Masterson stuck his dick where it didn't belong, and Rekieta deals with the fallout. Mr. Dank says, hail from Canada and F. Trudeau. David Phillips, that blood looks fake. Now, again, some of these are catching up from previous streams, member messages that I didn't get, so just wanted to point that out. Rogue Attraction says, is Jeremy cold? Rogue, you've been to G&G HQ. I literally keep it 65 degrees in the house. I like cold. I love the cold. My whole philosophy on it is I like it if I want it to either be really cold or really hot. I don't like the in-between. Unless it's like, I mean, perfect weather, like, yeah, you're 72 degrees outside, sunny or whatever, or like, you know, a cool breeze, that's fine. But in terms of like, I like to either be really, really cold or really hot so I can be at the beach or the pool. You know, that's just me. I like the extremes, but I like to be cold. I keep it cold when when I go to bed at night. I like it very cold. I've got it freezing here in my office here in Pensacola. I just like it when it's cold. Let me see. Hailstorm says my biggest fights with my wife are over the thermostat. Yeah, Topher, I agree. Topher says I can't sleep if it's too hot. Keep it 63 or 65 in my room. I get ill if I'm in a hot house. I really hate that. So like in terms of just overall weather, I like it whether it's really, really cold or really hot. In the house, I like it when it's freezing. I like it cold as hell. Always cold. Let's see. Sci-Fax member message says, if Jeremy keeps on with that wording, his furniture will start floating. Cindy from member message says, in fuck for sure. Sandman, once they found out Trump didn't want to be part of their super secret gay boy band, now they hate him for it. Hail the 199, hail Trump. Super Grova, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? 199 for the win. The next year will test us all. 100%. Cosmic Pyra says, scanned in 199. This is the Lost Tales. Bro, YouTube is crazy. First, it doesn't auto-renew. Then it doesn't let me send a subbed chat. Then I go to my phone and it lets me. Scan in, chat. Is Lost Tales here? What's up, Lost Tales? Guy says, I got my membership back. Thank you, chat. Also want to use this moment to get my profile picture shown on CobraCast. Scan in. Damn it. Can't show it now. Because I don't have the ability to do the StreamYards now. I feel bad. Zeo Ranger V says, Jeremy, hypothetical question. If you witness someone being physically attacked and they could not fight back, what is the right way to react? Well, I mean, in a hypothetical sense, the right way is to go and try to take up for the person that can't defend themselves. But I think you're almost crazy to do that at this current time because, again, it's like I said, we live in a world, again, I grew up in retail, and we could literally just physically apprehend shoplifters. And fast forward to today, you're not even allowed to confront them verbally. And now you're seeing people get caught up in lawsuits. What happened with the guy on the subway in New York? Like, you don't know, man. You don't know what people are going to do. You don't know the circumstances, and the legal system is a fucking joke. And I'll tell you right now, just being real, as a straight white male Trump supporter, I'm not sure I even want to get involved in anything because I know that the deck is stacked against me. I can't even help people now. You can't even help people in need now because the system is so corrupt and broken. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Exactly. Stay out of liberal cities. That's really what it comes down to. Is coming down to... Let me re-answer the question. Jeremy, hypothetical question. If you witness someone being physically attacked and they cannot fight back, what is the right thing to do? If I'm in a red state, help. If I'm in a blue state, I'm walking the fuck away. That's a simple answer right there. If I'm in a red state, I'll help. If I'm in a blue state, I ain't doing shit. That's the answer. Elsid Barrett, 7 months scanned in. Let's see, scanning in Captain Elsid Barrett, Cobra Corps 47th Regiment 199 Snake Pit Battalion C Company Cottonmouths. Hell yeah. Rizzle X, welcome to the Snake Pit. Thank you. WMH, welcome to the Snake Pit. Thank you. Desert Pirate. I was actually watching, but I got sick of the sexual tension between Luke and Seamus. Hail the 199. Thank you. Dom H for 20 says, yo, Dom H is in the house. What's up, Dom H? Hayden Wayne. Chat was talking about their preferred temperature. Just made me realize they're insane. 65 is just right. Maybe 60 for cars and indoors. At 70, I start overheating. Outside 70 is fine with a breeze, but usually 110 plus where I work. I don't disagree with anything Hayden just said right there. 65 is just right. 65 is just right. 100%. And in the car, 60 for cars and indoors, I love it, man. You're not wrong. 70 is just too, like, it is too much. 70 is too much for me. Mitch Ord says Sargon and the Lotus Eaters did a segment on the fire alarm chirp last night, including it being some rap songs. Shout out to Sargon. Sargon's awesome. Jonathan D says 4-month membership, even though I've never bought one. Haha. Thanks, 199, for scanning me in each month. Absolutely. Michael Quaid, long live Speaker Trump. Ha ha ha. Hugh Jazz becomes a new member of the Snake Pit. Herb Thompson says, so does this mean that Devon Sawa Robin Hood movie is no longer the worst one ever? Matt, for a member message, says, Robin in the Hood, $1 million idea. Danny Shades, have to bail early today, Jeremy. Going to rewatch the first Rocky movie with some friends tonight. Keep fighting the good fight, brother. Hail the 199. Thank you so much. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier, gifting a D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. Tankatron, banned from Teletown Hall for telling my rep voted nay when angry with the backlash. Sir, quote, sir, if I wanted come back, I'd scrap it from your throat. Damn. Meme TV. Anything Kramer suggests financially, do the opposite. This is not financial advice. That was what I was talking about Jim Cramer the other day. Saying Adam, hail Jeremy and the 199. Thank you so much. Shaker Maker, screw Ukraine, America first. Please God help Trump. Trump gonna miss Titanfall. Have fun. That's all right. That was the other night. I don't know if you'll miss it tonight. Dom H says, who am I, Jeremy? Why aren't you a member? That's weird, Dom H. I mean, who are you? Like, do you want me to say? Buster Nut Smash says, as a Cobra legend. Let me see. The Dasco. I hope Jeremy reads this super chat. I did. Maybe a few days late. Jeremy, Unlimited Power says, Jeremy, I just learned lobsters piss out of their faces. I don't know if I wanted to know that. I don't know if I want to know that. Dom is drunk, Jeremy? Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Dom is drunk. No telling what's about to happen now. I mean, we do like drunken super chats around here. So, we'll see. Twilight Media Corps says, I've reached 6 months on D-Day Cobra and Geeks and Gamers. Keep up the great work. All hail the 199. Get Snake Bit. Stephen Wozniak, Sound of Freedom hitting streaming November 3rd and physical releases November 14th. Hope delivers. Don't get accidentally lost in the mail. No Titanfall tonight. That was the other night. There will be Titanfall tonight. Like Mage Demon. Man, we love when Mage Demon shows up in the chat. Wolf Mob says, Temple attack, trying to shut you down, laughing my ass off. Lisa says, who would have thought the best part of the day was hanging out with Cobra and a bunch of snakes? There you go. Let's see. Jared Yelverton says, big thanks to the chat for always giving me a gifty. As soon as the month expires, I don't even have time to renew it myself. The Snake Pit is goated. Snake Pit is goated. Goji the King says, hail to the 199. Thanks, Geeks and Gamers. Played my first game of Fortnite yesterday. A little late to the party. So was I. So was I. I was a little late to the party as well, and I'm having a blast. Jeremy's Dangling Cable says, Jeremy, I'll be at Universal's in April for my daughter's World Cheer competition. If you guys want to go to the channel, let me know. I can get tickets. I believe I read that one already. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier gifted a D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. And that has caught us up on the catch-up, but we still got more on Rumble. We got Bill Dozer says, and Coulter has an Adam's apple. Very sus. If y'all like informative and entertaining videos, please check out my channel at Bill Dozer 74. I hope to earn a follow. Thank you, Bill Dozer. Bill Dozer also said he looks like the creepy old dude from Poltergeist. Dara Mal says, show us the drunk 3PO pirate. I couldn't tonight. Pepe Payne says Trump's bestie in the 90s, RFK Jr.'s cousin, RFK's dad and uncle, Kennedy name with Trump name, both have access to grind and vengeance to take. Both have been waiting for this opportunity to end the deep state. That is Pepe Payne's theory as to why they're going to work together. I mean, it could happen. It could, but I don't know, man. I'm not sure. We will see. All right, so Jay Hailstorm has sent us tonight's Beard of Shame, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. That's right. Tonight's Beard of Shame is here. And we're coming to an end of tonight's stream. And it's been an awesome stream. And I love all of you. And I appreciate you being here. So we are going to play some video games tonight. I don't know. It's either, like, I'm going to try Titanfall 2. I'm going to do Titanfall 2, but I would love to try to fire up Titanfall 1 as well. Maybe later on tonight. I told you guys we're going for a long time tonight because this is we're at 3 hours now. We're at 3 hours. And again, I said I was going as long as you wanted, you know, but we're at 3 hours. So we're going to do a couple hours of gaming. So we'll see how that goes. But let's see. Here we go. Nope, not that one. I'm sorry. Right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, CobraCast 199 is proud to present to you tonight's Beard of Shame.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
It makes you look bitter, and it makes you look angry, and it makes you look that no one can please you.
Not even my pool boy, Pedro, can please me. The truth is, I'm a bitter old hag, and I secretly have a crush on Donald Trump. I am pleased that I won tonight's Beard of Shame.
Shut up, silly woman.
Oh my God, did you hear that? Sometimes I hear voices in my head. It's a side effect of smoking crack.
They're doing crack! Okay, that was really... Hailstorm! Hailstorm! You freaking brought it tonight, bro. That was a banger. I think we got to watch that one more time for Hailstorm. That was damn good.
Yeah.
That was damn good.
Heartfelt.
It makes you look bitter, and it makes you look angry, and it makes you look that no one can please you.
Not even my pool boy, Pedro, can please me. The truth is, I'm a bitter old hag, and I secretly have a crush on Donald Trump. I am pleased that I won tonight's Beard of Shame.
Shut up, silly woman.
Oh my God, did you hear that? Sometimes I hear voices in my head. It's a side effect of smoking crack.
They're doing crack! All right, that was a really good one, Hailstorm. That's definitely one of your best. That was awesome. Good job, Hailstorm. Holy crap. Yeah. So there is tonight's Beard of Shame, and Linko Kenobi just dropped $100 super chat. Holy crap, Linko Kenobi. Crap. That's insane, bro. Says, What's up, Jeremy? This woman is nuts, thinking that DeSantis will win. And also, she obviously didn't look up what's happening with him since 2016. Please, Jeremy, give her the beard of shame. And you got your wish, Linko Kenobi. Right when you dropped that one, we got it. And he says, I'm going to download Titanfall 1 on the Series X. Trump 2024 199 MAGA. Absolutely. Yeah, so there were not many people playing earlier, but I was able to play Titanfall 1, and I just got to say it was fucking fantastic to play Titanfall 1. It's the first time in a long time I played it. Mechanics are it's slower, but it's got the same overall mechanics, but it is a little bit slower than Titanfall 2. And, it's doesn't have the slide, little things, and it's harder to see. It's harder to make the difference between pilots and bots on Titanfall 1. But I looked it up. Hailstorm, how many hours do you have in some... Like, you played a lot of Destiny, right, Hailstorm? Didn't you?
I don't want to admit how many hours I've played.
I want to know how many hours you have in Destiny.
I mean, I quit, like, maybe almost a year ago. But I played since Destiny beta, and I played, like, almost every day.
How many hours?
Probably over 5,000.
Jeez, God. Hailstorm. Again, just so you guys understand, Jay Hailstorm has done a 72-hour stream on Twitch. He literally did a 72-hour stream. Hailstorm is a psychopath, okay? He is a psychopath. He really is. I mean, it's unbelievable. Hayden Wayne for 10 says, I got to be careful not to hit the 24-hour super chat limit. I got to get Jeremy's Predator Prey event on G&G Tabletop tomorrow. He's going to be hunted by an alien and murdered. That's what you guys think, but it ain't happening. We'll see what happens. I don't know what I'm getting myself into tomorrow. But yes, G&G Tabletop tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. So we shall see what happens. Objectively, a cat says, Jeremy Osteen, can you bless this chat? Jeremy Osteen has been very moved by tonight's wonderful super chats, wonderful gifted memberships. Jeremy Osteen is feeling extra Christian tonight. And Jeremy Osteen's going to serve a great, wonderful dinner to his family and none of you. Because the doors are locked. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you need any blessings. Jeremy Osteen takes all the money and runs with it. Wamen. Wamen. There we go. 199 blessings from Jeremy Osteen. Atomic Patriot says, yo, what the fuck? Elon streaming Diablo 4 on X? What the fuck? Yeah, he's working on gaming streams over there, which will be cool. Which will be cool if he gets to that point. But I'm going to stick to Rumble and Kick and all that. Every channel, I'm going to fire up a stream. So I'm going to stream to every channel. I'll be on my D-Day Cobra Kick. I'll be on Rumble, and I'll be on YouTube. It's going to take me a few. I got to get a couple things done, but I will be firing up Titanfall right after this if you guys want to join me. As a matter of fact, if you want to give me a minute, while we're still live, I will create the link for YouTube, and you guys can at least go over there. Because I like to give the Snake Pit another place to go and have the conversation in the interim. So let me get this done. Okay, right here, reuse settings. Jed, are you going to be played? Do you have time?
I'm afraid not.
Okay, no Jed tonight. Hailstorm, I know you're playing because you never sleep. You never rest.
Yeah,
so.
I just found there's actually a website called Time Wasted on Destiny.
Time Wasted on
It tells you, well, it's Destiny 1 and 2. The total time in Destiny 1 was 1,160 hours, and Destiny 2 was 3,350 hours.
Jesus
combined
Christ.
Over 7 years, though.
Jeez. What the hell's wrong with you, man? All right, so make gaming great again. Yeah, you're crazy, bro. You're crazy. But The link is up, Cam Man. I don't know if you can get that link. And the YouTube chat can all go and have conversations over there. I'm going to need about an hour to get a couple things done, and then I'll be back over here. How many hours in Titanfall 2 do I have? I'd have to look because there's going to be time on PlayStation, there's going to be time on Xbox, there's going to be time on PC now. Titanfall 1, if you look at the 360 and the original Xbox One, I'd probably have probably 500 or 600 hours total, probably in Titanfall 1. And then Titanfall 2, I'd have to look and see. I have no idea. Anyway, with that said, let's see if they got a link yet. I don't think Cam Man found it yet. So whenever Cam Man drops that, Krista, can you pin it to the top?
Yep.
Okay, or if you can get it, Krista, you can get the link right now. Titanfall 2, make gaming. There it is. All right, thank you, Cam Man. All right, so say, can anyone play in G&G tabletop? No, I mean, Rudai runs tabletop, and I don't have a lot to do with the decisions. I'll leave them up to Rudai, but you'd have to reach out to Rudai and see what he has going on over there. So, all right, so let's see. Looking right here. Later, Jeremy in chat. Yeah, and again, if you guys want to come hang out in the other chat, feel free to, go over there. I'll be on Rumble. I'll also be on Kick. I really appreciate you guys. I swear to God, the best chat on the internet, and it's not even freaking close, man. I really do appreciate you guys. So with that said, I'm going to leave you with some Sabaton, and then if you guys want to go migrate over to the Titanfall 2 chat and just have some fun over there, even if you're not interested in the game, you can go hang out in the chat and have some fun, and it'll just be a laid-back stream, playing some video games, having some fun, and I hope to see some of you over there. Brickheart Castle says, Hail Cobra and D-Day. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. All right, guys, have a good night. We'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.
Time to rule at last. 15 years held up
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Hayden says, can we get this Jay Hailstorm cut of Sabatonic God Emperor Trump posted to a video somewhere? I need to send it to my Warhammer friends I have. We were supposed to upload this to Rumble. I guess we did do it. So, Krista, I need you to take a note. We need to get that the file from Hailstorm, and I need you to upload that to my Rumble account, okay? All right, so Krista says she'll do that. I had her muted, my bad. But we will get that done. We were supposed to do it, my bad. But all right, thank you guys. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'll see you over on Titanfall 2. This link is pinned in the pinned post. I'll also be on Kick and Rumble. So check me out here in about an hour. I love you all. Have a good night, and we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.